Waste no time. We about to start. We just started. What's up,
Yeah,
man?
well, I was supposed to be on like an hour ago, so of course I'm ready. What are you talking
You ready to all? I didn't know you were thinking about chilling. What's up, Travis?
about? Yeah, what's up, player?
I would ask you how you doing, but I have an idea how you doing. So
I'm all right. I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
sorry. What? Your phone blowing up a little too much?
No, well, you know what it is, dude. And the thing is, unless you want me to save this for the thing, I guess I could save this for when you're live, right? Are we live now?
Oh, we're live, dude. We are live.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, the one thing that's blowing up a lot, it's not what you might. Well, I mean, it probably is what you might think. It's really just my YouTube notifications. It's not anything else. Like everything else is just kind of, kind of normal. Like if you do a front page tech kind of thing, then everything blows up. This has been like 90% of it's just mentions, everyone liking like his tweets and stuff. So that's been the and it's weird because it's like every 10 to 15 seconds something comes in, and it has been that way for hours, dude. I can only imagine what it's like to be him. Like you can't tweet anything and not have 27 million people saying something. It's weird.
No,
are we already live? Sorry.
Yeah, we're live, man.
I'm just getting caught up on the news now, Travis. I know exactly how your phone is blowing up because a few months ago I bought some MKBHD merch, and just for the heck of it, I tagged him. I'm like, I wonder if reviewing his shirts would be considered a tech review. And he replied, he didn't retweet me, but he replied, I think so. And even that reply, it blew up, and yeah, it was crazy. I gained all these new people, and it kind of sort of fell off. But I know exactly what your phone is doing right now. But it's awesome, man. That's cool that you got his attention, and I completely agree with your video. I know that some people here don't.
Not everyone does, and that's okay. I mean, listen, I put out videos that I hope that are entertaining and at least make you think about something, even if you don't necessarily agree. That's all right. You don't have to agree. It's fine. Did you tweet this out, Viper? Because I want to make sure I retweet it because I don't see.
I'm about to tweet it right now.
All right.
I was about to ask for the same thing. Yeah. Is this your live channel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is your live channel. Okay, yeah. All right.
Just let me tweet this out real quick.
Oop. Yeah, I see. I got the notification. That's the wrong one. There we go. All right. Interesting day for you and for this. This is Tech Today, Brandon. With the whole Pixel thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel bad for him because he had to, make some decisions. I think our group of people are always willing to help each other. And I think that he just was in a moment where he wanted to make sure that he got the exclusive and stuff. And I get that. Listen, as any kind of tech guy, especially if you're not one of the 1 million or 500,000 subscriber channels, that the best way to get coverage is to do it quick and early and be the first one. And it was working for him. Let me tell you, it was working for him.
Yeah, even and it was like Brandon always puts together awesome content. Like it's easy to consume and understand. Like I've even sent his videos to people that I work with or people within the industry, whatever, that aren't as technically savvy as say as us, and they can consume his stuff and go, okay, now I get it, kind of thing. And yeah, I thought it was really well done. And then I saw a couple people say, no, it's this, and then I was like, and then I went into a meeting. I was all gung ho about it. And I came out of a meeting, and it's like, okay, unlisted and everything. I feel bad, like I said, you said, I feel bad because he put so much into that, and then, but I think he made the right choice.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. And I'm still not sure. Like, no one really knows. I think it would have been and saw Viper tweet this. It's like, had Google pulled this off and it really was the Pixel 3 XL, which, by the way, we don't actually know that it isn't. But let's just say that it is. Viper's right. It'd be like the biggest switcheroo, the biggest cover up, the biggest conspiracy in the history of phones, and it actually would have been the baddest ass troll ever.
Oh, totally. Ooh. I mean, it still could be, right?
It could be. I mean, could be.
It still could be. I just I think Brandon should do what he was asking us there. I think he should repurpose part of that and do a kind of a follow-up, and this is why I pulled it down, and more position it like that, right? More position it like this is what I was sent, and this is what I possibly believe, and this is what could possibly, and this is why I pulled it down. Kind of a sort of retraction ish type. You know what I mean? I think he should.
That John Prosser cracked me up, man. He said if only he would have let me see the photo. Oh my God! But I mean, you know, it's a sucky situation. But I think I think he'd be simple enough just doing a follow-up video. He the way he handled it though pretty well, issuing the apology on his community tab and whatnot.
Yep.
I mean, it seems like a lot of people understand, but of course you're gonna get some flack because anytime you have something like that happen to you,
he didn't get as much flap as I thought he like when I first saw it. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna blow up in his face, but it really hasn't, because he took care of it like right away. Do you know what I mean? There was no
right.
And yep. I don't think anybody can really knock him for that. So good for him, you know.
No doubt. And I think we got my head of security on deck. What's up, El Jefe? What's up?
In fact, maybe we can get Brandon on. I'm not sure what he's up to. But.
Yeah, that's a possibility. You need a little bit louder, man. I don't know why you're not loud.
All right, how about now?
That's a little better.
Louder. A little louder.
How about now?
Louder.
All right, how about now?
There we go.
There.
All right, just making sure.
Now we got
play it with your chest.
All of my settings got reset, so I had to kind of test it out a little bit here. Yeah, man. What's going on, guys?
Not much. We're supposed to be on Jason's channel tonight, but due to some technical difficulty, we had to relocate the stream. So we relocated.
That damn weather. I guess you had a storm down there or something. So.
Yeah. We've actually it rained pretty hard earlier here this morning, but I'm guessing maybe the storm headed his way. But yeah, he's currently without power, so it's kind of hard to do a podcast when you don't have any power. So
right,
get on that bicycle generator and get her going.
Get that hamster turning that wheel.
There you go. Yes.
Well, he's a wizard. He can bring electricity out of his fingers, right?
He's a wizard. So Travis put out a video earlier today. He called Casey Neistat the best tech YouTuber, I guess, on the platform today. And I kind of disagreed with him. But it seems like a lot of people, or for whatever reason, are agreeing. I'm scratching my head about it. No, don't get me wrong. I love Casey Neistat. He is one of the best overall tech YouTubers, no doubt about it. His cinematography skills and everything are like top notch. I mean, in his own genre, in his own field, he's right up there with MKBHD as far as video production quality, things like that. But he is not a tech YouTuber. And just because he does a Tech Tuesday once a week doesn't make him a tech YouTuber. That wouldn't be any more than Rosanna Pensino, who did a What's on My iPhone X video not too long ago. She's not a tech YouTuber, even though she did an iPhone video. She's a baking channel. She has 2 million subscribers, and she baked. But she did a techie type video on What's on My iPhone X. I wouldn't call her a YouTuber just because she has 2 million subs, though. So I just have an issue with the whole calling Casey Neistat a tech YouTuber, or that's calling him the best tech YouTuber when he's not really even a tech YouTuber first of all. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I have an issue with it.
I mean, I said basically that tech YouTuber, he's not a tech YouTuber. That's why he's such a great.
Yeah, you said he's not a tech YouTuber, yeah, right?
That was my point. And John's saying here, I think Viper is taking the tech YouTuber label too complicated. The concept of video at a very basic level makes some really great points. And the point of it was the fact that he's not frees him from a lot of the boundaries we put ourselves in by being tech YouTubers. I actually try not to be in those boundaries, and certainly you don't. You and I are kind of similar in this, that we don't go with the typical boundaries. Like you and I, we got like, maybe if you go across all of our videos, maybe 35 seconds total of B-roll in our videos. I mean, like we're not, you and I, we don't do that. And I think what I was trying to get at is, because he's free from some of those kind of cookie cutter tech views, he does it from a standpoint that people who are not necessarily interested in tech could be interested in tech. And that's why I said that he's the best. Now, if you go from like a technical standpoint, is he like the best technically speaking tech? Right? Of course not. And he even admits that. I think he even admitted in his tweet to me, he basically said something to the effect of like, I just do it to see, because he does it so that you're not reading stuff off the back of the box. It's like, how does it feel in your hand? What does it make you feel? What is it like? That sort of thing. And that's kind of my point in it. And I think much like anything else, and you know this, that you have to have a title that people are going to click and get interested in. And I still stand.
You won the title, bro. That title won, all right. Title won, bro.
Yeah. And I still stand behind it. Like from the standpoint that I explained, I still believe that. And it's funny because I didn't even think that until very recently. Like I came out with that video last night, and it was after I had like watched a video or two, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, there's something interesting here that's going on that a lot of other tech YouTubers aren't doing. And it suddenly kind of clicked with me, and then I just kind of went on that little rant. So that's really all it is. And certainly, if you look at it from a technical standpoint, he can't stand up to be MKBHD or anything like that. But that isn't what I was saying. What I was saying was if you were to put 1 million people that are random in front of him or MKBHD, who is gonna get more people to understand what's going on? And I believe it's him. I could be wrong.
So let me ask you a question. What defines a tech tuber or tech YouTuber then? If Casey Neistat isn't in your eyes, and again, like Travis said, he's not trying to be because he's hitting a broader audience, then what in your eyes makes somebody a tech YouTuber or tech tuber? What do you want to call it?
When we are talking about tech YouTubers, we are talking about people who throw gold into to put out tech content. That's what they do. That's their like genre. Like me, Zach, Travis, Jeff, we are tech YouTubers. That is what we do. Casey Neistat is more of a lifestyle vlogger per se. He's not a tech YouTuber. Even though he does tech video from time to time, he is not somebody I would categorize as a tech YouTuber.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You could also say, and I think this being 100% true, I don't know if anyone's going to agree with me. I think more than a tech YouTuber or even a general YouTuber, I think you're a live streamer, Viper. And that's not an insult. I think that's something that very few people can do well. I think that your strength is live streaming. There's no one that has done the things you have done in the short amount of time that you've done. You have a gift of bringing people together. That's not to put down your YouTube videos at all, but you've done substantially more in live streams than I think any of us here have done in edited videos.
100%.
Let me rebuttal you then. But my ability to bring people together doesn't make me a live streamer. That just means that I can bring people together on a live stream. That doesn't make me a better live streamer than like somebody like Ninja or somebody like Drew.
I think you are though, but I think you are.
How does that work?
Because how does that work though? Because your personality, it's something that you can't fake. There's nothing about you that's fake. Nothing that I've come across you that's fake, and people gravitate to that. And while that's in your video as well, when people can go back and forth with you and they can see that it's not just the edited video, it's actually you, people see that it's genuine, and you can't fake that. It's not something that you can put you can do for 8 hours. No one's going to do that for 8 hours, man. Yeah. But you're the same hour 1 as hour 8.
The Viper you guys see on the streams, like Travis said, is the same guy that I have had a couple of phone calls with on the phone. Like, Zach, what are you doing calling me? Like, seriously. Like that's how you answer the phone. It was hilarious. It's exactly Travis said. You gravitate to it, right? It's true.
That just means that makes me genuine. It doesn't make me the best live streamer. It doesn't make me a top-notch live streamer.
But it's that genuinality. Is that a word? Genuinality?
I don't think so.
Anyway,
it's Canadian.
Whatever. It's that genuineness. Genuineness? Is that the word? Anyway, it's that quality right there that, like Travis said, that people gravitate to, and that people. Like John said this, what 4 months, 5 months ago, a year from now, like you don't even know, man. Like a year from now, you're gonna look back at this and go, okay,
yeah. Right? And the thing is, like Ninja's this big star, whatever. He's known as like a live streamer. It is to say. I almost feel like sometimes, Viper, you think that it's like a cut down or a less than or something like that, and it totally isn't. Like. Yeah. I would love to do live stream all the time if it wasn't for the fact that this whole algorithm thing was in my way. It was always a part of what I wanted to do, and it was the part I was looking the most forward to. So to look at someone who's not only doing the live streaming, but has been able to spin off another channel very quickly, get it back up and running, and still is going to have the power to get people onto his channel, blows my mind, dude. Like, you are so much further along than I think you even see yourself. And this isn't the Love on Viper channel. This is the truth. I'm just spitting truth here. This is not, trying to blow smoke up your butt. You are tremendously gifted at this. And I would sincerely hope that you wouldn't like downplay that, because I think the only thing that would be slowing you down is you downplaying the fact how good you are at it. Like, we're trying to tell you, you're really freaking good.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to relate to you all, though. These live streams are what they are today because I can bring people on them and they can talk. We can go back and forth and whatnot. Just because I can bring people on a live stream doesn't make me a top-notch live streamer, though.
I think you know exactly how to get people involved. I think you know exactly which people to get involved, and I think you know what to say when to say it.
Yep.
I think you don't give yourself enough credit.
It's like a good talk show host, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Seriously.
I mean, I'm serious. I'm dead serious, man. Because there's a lot of people who could do live streams and bring people on, but wouldn't be able to keep it entertaining. You know what I mean? And keep people on, you know, and have everybody hang out and make everybody feel comfortable for the extended periods of time that we end up doing these live streams. So no doubt. I mean, if I can lurk in the chat, you know, for like 8 hours, you know, it's good, man.
And Viper, I know exactly what you're saying. You're saying that, you know, you're just bringing people together. It doesn't mean anything. It's not true. You don't see it because you're in the moment and you're kind of doing these things and you're kind of like the DJ of the party, so to speak, or you're the director of what's going on. But you don't see it. We do, because we see it from this side. We see what you're doing. We see how you come across. We see that people gravitate to you. That's what makes you really good. It's not these other aspects that you think aren't happening. They're totally happening.
So, truth or test, what person who thinks they aren't good live streaming will make a separate live stream channel. I made a separate channel because, number one, I like live streaming, and number two, I know that live streams hurt growth of your main channel. It's not that I thought I was a badass live streamer. It's just that it was a necessary decision for me to make to ensure the growth of my main channel, dude.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
It was basically a survival tactic more than anything.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, man. Because even then, I mean, I was kind of gearing up to try to figure out a day and time to start live streaming on my channel, and then all this stuff started coming out about what was going on. Yeah. And I still have yet to actually live stream on my own channel. I've just been live streaming on, you know, everybody else's stuff.
Yep.
So, but now that I'm looking and we saw the data and everything else, and I don't want to mess with my momentum. So there's no live streams on my channel. If anything, I may do it on Twitch at some point, but you know, it's not going to be on YouTube.
Can somebody please get Paper out and take some light, man? I'm just saying, get that man some light immediately.
Yeah.
He had light my man up.
He had a whole list of things here tonight he wanted to talk about with all of us. So
Zach, you gotta you know what? Okay, never mind. I was gonna say we can talk about, but now I don't want to ruin it for next week. He's gonna come back next week.
Save it for next week.
I'm just looking at it. That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Man. Nothing groundbreaking, but yeah.
But since I do have you all here, and number one, I know that most of you all realize, or I told you all at the beginning of the week, that I'm probably will be doing a Sunday night live stream this Sunday since it's the holiday.
Nice.
So you all are more than welcome to join me if you want. That'd be pretty cool.
Cool.
If you can, that's cool. If you can't, I understand. But I will be here Sunday night doing what I do. So just so you know.
What time? Tell us.
I'm gonna start probably around 9 o'clock Central Time.
Okay. All right.
About the same time. So
9 o'clock Central.
Okay. Yep. All right. 9 o'clock Central.
Cool.
We do it. We do it big.
So since I have you all,
does that mean that you're only going to go a short time on Friday?
No, Friday.
or we can expect an 8, a rest period, and then an 8.
No, Friday's a separate entity. I don't know what can happen Friday. Friday, whatever happens.
Man, after an 8-hour stream, even if I don't participate in just watching, I wake up Saturday going,
"Yeah,
damn, I feel hungover." Like.
The worst is it works when you are part of the stream and I stay in bed till like 1:30, 2 o'clock on Saturday. Like, damn, I missed the whole day.
Friday nights is normally when I record a lot of video or do a lot of B-roll, and I can do my B-roll. You know what? I think I'm going to plan my B-roll stuff when I'm not with you guys for Friday, because there's no way I can sit and talk and and still want to be able to watch and everything like that. So, but I don't get anything accomplished on Fridays thanks to you. And you know what? I don't regret it.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, how many live streams on YouTube are entertaining like the ones that we have, man? It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, we see the beast that is Roberto when it's not his channel. I mean, I thought I'd never see that time when he went nuts and was arm dropping on that, you know what I'm talking, right? And
the elbow drop. Yeah,
he was flexing and showing, I got one of these, and then
first he came with the elbow drop, then he came with the plaque. I'm like, damn, Roberto.
It was amazing. It's amazing. Oh, and I got one of these. And
oh god.
Yeah,
dude,
man, it was a good time, man.
You know it's epic when TJ included it in the video, bro. That was epic.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What were you about to say, Jeff?
No, I said that's right, man, because I know CJ put that in the end of that video, and that was that perfect moment, man. Even just rewatching it, man, I just had me cracking up yet again.
Yeah. What's up, D Kid? How you doing, man? I think we got the Beat 2.0 out there, painfully out of tech. John Proctor's out there lurking. John Proctor ain't gonna upset some people tonight, but I'm thinking to myself, what night don't you upset people? That's like every
That
night.
guy's gonna get 100,000 subscribers sometime this week.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Probably
I bet you it's gonna happen Friday. I bet you it'll happen during Friday Night Viper. It'll roll over.
That'll be
We'll
epic.
roll over live. I bet you anything. You should have a separate screen going. We should.
Oh,
yeah.
the live subscriber count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you
We
it'll
can do
happen
that.
live. That would be amazing to watch that live on here.
That
With
would be-
everybody.
He is currently at 96,701.
Yep.
Jeez.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
he is closing in.
Yep. Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at him, he's about on a video release day anywhere between like 500 and 600 subscribers a day, sometimes 1,000 on a good day. So he needs what, 3,500. So do the math, 3 plus minus carry the what?
Every time I do real time, man.
Yeah, forget about that,
None of
man.
us are good at math.
Man, all you got to say is this weekend he hit 100,000, bro. That's all you
Like
gotta
I'm looking
say.
at it right now. It just turned over 96,701. Like I'm watching the live counter right now.
Oh, that's funny.
That would be
That's
amazing if we could get that on here.
That's right, Tech Rant. FPT is over 90,000. He's well over 90,000.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
90.
power levels are well above 9,000.
When was that? That was a long time ago.
Super Saiyan status over here, bro.
Yeah. For
Ah.
sure, man.
So, since I have you all here, I will ask probably some of the questions that Jason may or may not ask tonight. So, what about you guys' experience being content creators and whatnot? How's it going for you guys? Like, I know all of you are growing pretty good right now. How's it going for you all?
What about Zach?
Everybody at once.
Who wants to go first? Because I have whatever.
Go
Let's
ahead.
go
Go
first.
ahead, man. Go ahead.
No,
You
I
go.
just so for myself personally, my biggest problem is that I constantly compare myself to others, and it's no secret. I mean, none of us here do this full time for income. This is kind of a right. But we all treat it this is our love. This is our passion. We like bringing the content to people. We like showing the latest things. We'd like to, hold companies accountable. Travis has gone in a great direction, in terms of, ethics and basically just kind of waking everybody saying, brands don't give a crap about you and, kind of wake up as a consumer and everything like that. And I think that's a great direction, everything like that. My biggest thing right now is, and again, I'm thankful for everything I have and everything like that, but I kind of look at the last year, especially since October, November-ish of last year. And like I said, I'm happy with the growth. I just feel as though I could have done more, but I mean, we'll see what happens for this fall with the iPhone and everything like that. I've got a few case reviews, things like that kind of lined up, but then I kind of sit back and I look at the cases and everything like that and then going, well, so what? Right. Everybody else is doing that. Right. There's some Blue Element cases, which I know nobody else will be reviewing. So I'm pretty sure I'll be getting that video out. But I mean, the Samsung OEMs or the UAGs and stuff like that, those videos are done. They just have to be edited. But at the same time, it's kind of like, so what? Everybody else has done them. I'm glad that Ringcape reached out to me along with the 1,000 other YouTubers and sent everybody cases. And nothing against them. That's their marketing thing. And I said yes. So I'll do a video. But at the same time, so what? Right? So I don't mean to be a downer or anything like that, but I'm just I feel like I'm hitting a creative wall lately. So, and that's just me. I don't think there's any solution to anything. I just have to figure out how to get around or over top of that wall. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. So, but you guys are doing terrific. I mean, I know Jeff is killing it, and so is Travis and everybody else. So,
yeah, I'm kind of right with you there with the creative wall, man. Trying to put out a video every day for beta has been kind of rough.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of lucked up with the whole Galaxy Note 9 being released and whatnot. But even with these Note 9 videos, it's like, okay, the video last night pretty much tanked. Today I did a Samsung case video, which is all right, but
the silicone case.
Yeah, the silicone case.
Yeah,
I'm actually just. It's like I'm trying to leap to the. I'm limping to the finish line. I am really like. I'll be glad when beta's over. If I can like take a day or two off and just recharge. It's rough, man. It's rough.
Yeah, no, everybody that's doing Veda is having a rough time right now, man. Especially you getting that last week, and it's like, man, I know I wanted to do it, but then it's just not feasible for me now with my time and how much time I take to make videos and stuff, and then the fact that I don't do a lot of commentary type of stuff. So yeah, it's just doesn't work for me.
But you've had a good niche there, Jeff, with the Bluetooth stuff and like kind of like, I don't want to say lower end, but I guess lower price type headphones, like more affordable, right? And because it doesn't seem like everybody covers that kind of stuff, right? So I think you've hit a really good
there's a few guys doing it, but there's we get especially with as many as I've done, the amount of offers of like random headphones that I get, most of it I have to turn away. It's usually like even though Bluetooth, every single Bluetooth product I've purchased, they haven't sent me squat. So it's all legit. And I'm trying to get more, not full-on name brands, because that's the full-on name brands are great and there's a ton of competition for that stuff. But usually I'd try to go with something that's a good name brand, but that's isn't being searched heavily, and maybe a lot of people don't know about it, like TrebLab. A lot of people don't know about them, but they make really good products. Yeah. So that's a nice one. And but yeah, I mean, it's cool. I'm trying to get into that. I'm trying to stay in that under $200 for any of the products that I'm reviewing. Just for more budget tech. There's a lot of budget tech channels, but I'm just trying to do it my way and stuff. And it seems to be working okay. I mean, I had some good growth and good numbers since April. So it's been going pretty good. So I have no complaints. Just the main struggle is time, man. I've been trying to do 2 videos per week, and just trying to get all that A-roll shot and get all the B-roll shot and all the editing done and all that stuff. And so I've been managing to do it the past few weeks, man, but it is rough. So but we're getting it done, man. Little by little, just got to keep on growing, man. That's all we can do.
Yeah, I think everyone who in our little group knows I have certainly been verbal about it the last like 4 days or so, where I couldn't come up with any kind of subject for a video. I have a couple of products that I can review, and I've talked about how I'm going to start getting kind of away from reviews more, so that it's going to be more pieces like I did today. But I didn't have that idea until like last night, really like this time last night, like 24 hours ago. I came up with the idea. I shot it, edited it, and uploaded it last night. But that's kind of more the direction I want to be anyway. It takes off the pressure of having to review something all the time. When I start reviewing things, I am going to kind of go back to my roots, which is a lot more brand name stuff, as you were talking about. It just does better on my channel. And but I like, more than that, I really like kind of the things that I did like today, and the haters and the tech, what it's like to be a tech YouTuber. Those type of things I think are where I want to be more of. And it's more interesting in the discussion in the comments is definitely more interesting and definitely more kind of fulfilling, because I've noticed that I get a couple, and I know all of you guys get the same comments where they say, I don't even care about the product review, and I just come to see you. I know you've all gotten that at least once, right? And everyone has. So that right there tells you something, which I'm always grateful whenever I read that. I'm like, oh, that's like the best compliment you can give. But I want to give them something besides just coming to to see something they just don't want to hear about, like today or a couple of those other series. Like, I think those are more interesting in general, so they don't just have to be there and just ignore the product. They can actually kind of be a part of the video as well. So yeah, but I mean, I struggle with it right now. Like, I don't know, besides these things that I'm going to review over the next couple of weeks, I don't know what my next subject's going to be. Like, I have no idea. But I didn't until last night either. We
talked about this too. We talked about this in the Discord. We talked about how the videos that you sometimes just throw together, and then I'm not saying that the Casey Neistat one day was, but here you are, like, you literally didn't know 24 hours before that you were going to do this, and then I mean, look at today, boom.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and I know John knows this because John had this happen like last year, a couple months from now, last year, where he said he had been struggling for years. Like, it was like 5 years to get to 20,000, and then he made the one video that started the trend. It wasn't even that video that kind of changed everything. It was the beginning, and then it kind of, when he stopped, playing to the algorithm and playing more to people, it worked better for him. And that's kind of the same thing with like, you know, me and us. We're all trying to find that way. But you're one day away or one video away from everything just changing. You know what I mean? Like everything can change in one day. Now, this video, the Casey thing is cool. Like I'm more impressed by the fact that he watched it and then acknowledged it. The rest of it doesn't matter to me. It's been a couple of subs and a couple of Twitter followers. It's nothing huge. To me, it was more touching that he saw it, liked it, and acknowledged it.
Yeah.
But again, tomorrow, like literally any of you guys could do the one video that just blows up, and now you're like at a 7 or 8 or 10,000 subscriber base, like just because of this one video that blows up for no reason. So you're always just one away. And I think that's what we all have to keep in mind is that we don't know. Like, it's funny because this happened to me, and I know it's happened to Jeff because he's talked about it where there's a video that just blows up out of nowhere for no reason. Like, for no reason. Jeff, I know, had those little earbuds that he didn't give, like, he was like, whatever. And then what is it at, like 30-some thousand or something stupid like that?
I think it's at like 22K now. Which,
it's ridiculous.
Is that the one you dropped today?
No, man. This one came out like June 23rd.
Oh, okay. I remember. Yeah, I remember that 24th.
One. Yeah, dude. And after 3 weeks, like literally on the 3-week mark, it just boom. And the graph, the way that it ramped up, and it's just stayed there. And it went from, I think like it was at under 2,000 to like 15,000 in a couple of days, and now it's sitting at 22, and it's on its way to becoming my most viewed video, which to me is insane. And
so I went.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Finish it. Sorry, Jeff. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was just saying that it's, you know, I mean, I didn't like. I'm not gonna say I didn't try super hard on it because I went back and watched it and I was like, oh yeah, you know, I did some of the black and white B-roll, and that's the one where I was stomping out those crappy earbuds and like doing that stuff. Yeah. So I mean, at least people see it, and it's gained me a bunch of subscribers, which to me is insane. But it's also one of my most disliked videos. Yeah. So yeah, it's insane. But the algorithm picked it up, and there it goes. Yeah. And it's out of all of my videos, this random one of a random name brand. So it's
and real quick before you go, Zach. Like Viper is one Apple video away. Like the next day after they talk about the iPhone, he's one rant away. He really is. Because think about a Viper rant perfectly timed in the perfect part of the algorithm. Like he's one rant away. It could be that like maybe Apple comes out with only 2 of the 3 ones they're going to come out with, and then Viper goes, "What's up, people?" I mean, and then that's it. That's a wrap. 20,000 subscribers.
The moment the keynote is over, Viper, I want you to cut your live stream because I know you want to do it live, and then just go into do what Travis said. Just go into it, and expect we should expect that video from you within an hour after the keynote.
Dude,
I know you can do it.
I think it could be the iPad, man. If the iPad leaks the truth, you are going to get the rate that you were talking about, right?
like we saw this quote unquote leak from this company, this case company, this totally, and I've never heard of them until that tweet was sent at me. I don't think they're going to call this one right here the 9. And the reason I say that is because it's not like Apple to go back on numbers, to go reverse, right? Because they've already gone 8 and then 10. Right.
Well, if you're being technical, 9 would be the next after 8 because the 10th one was the special anniversary edition.
But I don't know. But it's and I can't remember who had said to us in the tweets, but he had a good point. And I work in the industry as well. All the cases, everything that we got all last year, everything we kept on getting, all said 8, 8+, and then the phone came out, and it ended up being the 10. We had to literally put stickers on everything. Right. I mean, seriously, I'm talking about brands like Otterbox and Scipio. So we had to put stickers on everything to cover that up. Or they had like Nomad, for example, they shipped their stuff to us saying new iPhone, and then we just had to cover up with the proper sticker. And then that was on the initial shipment of like 1,000 units, or whatever. And then everything else that came in proper. But I don't know. I was thinking about it more today. I was thinking more that maybe the 9 doesn't make sense, but that's maybe a whole different conversation. Excuse me. But Travis was saying about conversation and everything. Travis was talking about you're really digging the conversation and like helping people out and just kind of getting deep into that. In the last 2 days, when I look at my videos from my last 2 videos here, my last 2 videos have been under 2 minutes. Actually, both of them have been 1 minute and 54 seconds. and that was kind of by design on purpose, because I went back and I looked at some of my highest view, like in terms of view velocity and retention, and in terms of, click through and everything like that. The videos that I had that were between 2 and 7 minutes always did the best. like videos that just kind of just got to it, right? So with everybody doing their Note 9 unboxings, I'm like, we're just gonna get to it, boom, right? I mean, I think I could have even cut out another 45 seconds out of that and made it almost just over a minute, but it was right to it.
It was just downside to that is your total what do you call it?
Watch time.
Yeah, the watch time gets hurt by doing the shorter videos, but
yeah, and that's
it's the only issue.
Well,
so hard to
so
win things,
the
right?
way you balance that is you make it a series or a playlist or something, because YouTube also will benefit you if you go right into another movie on your channel or another video on your channel. So if it's short enough that someone likes it and they want to watch the next thing, then that's actually a good thing. Viper, real quick, did you see that? Because I do know one of my next videos will be some of my favorite tech. Did you see that my Skull Candy Crushers broke today at work? Did you see that?
I saw you mention it.
I was so upset, dude. And I baby them. I literally take them off. Like I have them at work. I take them off. I put them onto the little headphone thing, and then I put them on. That's it. That's literally all they go. They don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere, anything. And the little part right here, like, kind of snapped. Now, I will be able to super glue it, but man, let me tell you, I was upset, Viper. I was upset. Man. But then I was like, I almost have an excuse to buy those new ones, those 360s or whatever. You see those?
Right. I've heard about them.
Yeah, they got the 360 and they got the Venue coming out, but unfortunately, no one at Skull Candy is answering my messages.
Man, I'll tell you, man, I would love to get up in there.
So they won't warranty that? I guess they'll call it physical damage, right?
I don't know. I mean, I can't even remember when I bought them. I think I bought them like last year December, I think.
So they probably have just a 1-year warranty then.
If even. Like I would think it'd be like 90 days or something. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could ask them, but I mean, I tweeted at them. I was like, "Oh, this is terrible. I was going to do a video on them."
Did Progressive ever get back to you about your video? Did you ever tweet it to them?
You know what I want to do is I want to tweet. I want to actually send it directly to like Geico and Progressive, to like their PR people. That's actually who I want. I wanted to get more views first, so I'm waiting to get more views on it, and then I'll send it along. That way,
Progressive the one with the girl.
Yeah,
I like
Flow
that.
or whatever.
I mean,
I'm getting ready to leave them myself.
Oh snap! You too?
Nothing to do with what you had happened. It's just some BS that have been going on, and I actually. On my new car, I went with Geico because the insurance on my new car was so much less than the quote I got as an existing customer from Progressive.
Yep, same.
That I just said, what am I doing?
Yep.
So yeah,
same.
It's because my work car.
We don't have any of these companies up here. We have Intact.
Wait, y'all know we got our very own customer service enforcer, right? He's in the chat, Christian Taylor. He'll handle your business. He'll handle your lightning.
Christian Taylor, watch out.
No, I have to have crazy high. I have to have crazy high insurance for work to get coverage because I drive my car around for work. So in order to get reimbursables for like mileage and all that, I have to have ridiculously high.
What do you drive, Jeff? What do you drive?
My 2018 Camry.
Camry, yeah.
All right, now go ahead and get it.
All right, Jeff. Man.
Travis, what do you drive?
Now it's 2016. I got it in 17. Jeep Cherokee Limited.
Nice. Viper, what about you? What do you drive?
I drive an 05 Mustang, man. I ain't like
all right now. Is it like the muscle car Mustang or
that's the pony?
No, God, let the regular one, man.
All right, okay, all right. Nothing wrong with that.
And what you drive, Zach? What you drive, a Navigator, bro?
2014 Santa Fe Sport.
There you go.
I wish I'd gotten the XL. I'm telling you right now, if anybody's looking at the Santa Fe's, get the XL because it's literally 2 inches longer on the outside, but there's 8 inches of more room on the inside. It makes a huge difference. Yeah, those Koreans know what they're doing. So, look at the phone, right?
Yeah. That was the same difference.
Y'all getting the homie technically T excited out there talking about tar cars.
No, we had
we're all driving family vehicles, man, except for Viper. He's got a Viper vehicle.
I ain't got time for no family vehicle.
Ain't nobody got no time for that.
I gotta haul the kids in the back. We gotta go to Costco.
Yeah, Jeff, it's funny that you said it about Skull Candy Drunk, and I was thinking about reaching out to them, trying to get a hold of those 360 myself, man. I mean, damn, I probably made them.
Good idea.
Now, and I got more than one pair of their headset, man. So
yeah, give it a try, man. I mean, like I said, nothing, like no response, no acknowledgement of receiving. I mean, nothing. So, like, wow, all right, well. It is what it is. I mean, I tried. Right?
Mr. Painfully Honest Tech has the 2018 Cherokee. Okay.
All right, now.
Y'all riding dirty out here. I ain't mad at y'all.
Dodge Avenger. Nice.
Dodge Avenger from DK. Oh my, okay.
It even sounds like a superhero.
Oh, man, I had to upgrade, dude. The car that I had before the Camry, we had bought that. It was a 2006 Civic. We bought it brand new in 2006. I drove it until January.
Oh, Civic. My wife just got rid of her 2006 Civic.
So, I mean, it was trusty as hell, man. I mean, I drove it for so long, but it got to the point where it was starting to cost me more in maintenance, and I needed something new, man. And so, yeah, it was definitely the upgrade just in tech alone on a 2018 versus a 2006 is nuts. So, yeah, it's a huge upgrade.
Yo, Travis.
What up, player?
How's that Note 9 life treating you, man?
I love that thing, man. So I've always been a Note fan, like I've talked about. The 7 was my favorite phone of all time. 8 was just kind of, I mean, it was all right. This thing is just so smooth. It's blue, which you all know I love that. It's just so fast, and it's I haven't even really used the stylus yet, the S Pen much at all yet. I did play around with the kind of remote thing. I really like it a lot. I really, really do.
If you guys haven't had your S Pens break, apparently there's been some issues here and there.
I've been hearing about
Phone Tech at work.
Yeah, was it Phone Tech at work? Was it him?
Phone Tech at work.
Yeah, he had his. I guess he was pulling it out. He actually has it on film, so you kind of have to use your nail there when you're popping it out, right? And the top literally popped off. And I guess the provider there, his carrier said, we'll replace the whole phone, and then I guess Samsung wanted to do just the pen. I might have that mixed up, but he's getting a whole new phone apparently. So
no, you should. Yeah. I mean, unless you don't want to do all the backup and everything. I mean, if it's just a pen, but
I'm just finding the whole Note thing super useful. Like I had 5 meetings today. So, and in every meeting, I purposely left my normal notebook. I have a normal notebook with the pen, all that kind of stuff. I left that in the car. And I went in with just this, and I literally just put it down. And I said, hey, I'm going to take my notes with that. And of course, these are all dealers. They know what I'm working with, right? And there's some of the guys around there that have notes as well. And I just found it so useful. And then at the end of the day, was able to pull my notes up on here and even online, transfer the data to the CRM or however, and just, productivity wise. And I know there's probably an easier way that maybe I could take notes directly into the CRM. So I'm looking forward to trying that out tomorrow. So,
well, you can also do the now that you don't need the actual dock for this, you can now do the desktop thing with the USB-C to HDMI for DeX.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for my DeX cable to show up this week.
Yeah.
So because I have an extra input on here. Now, one of the most fun parts that I've been having on here, and I'm actually going to have this in my review, and Viper's going to make a cameo in this. I'll let you guys know what it is right now. I'm going to have a video of Viper during some B-roll playing. I'm going to be watching Viper on here, right? And you can, how you pull it out, you can pick the thing, and you can do like a screen markup, and I'll do an instant screenshot. And then I'm going to take Viper, and I'm going to give him some pink hair and a little mustache and little bow tie and everything.
The thing I like that Flossie does on his is he has the moving lock screen. I need to do that.
Oh, video lock screen,
yeah. Have you done that yet, Viper?
I have not. No.
It's cool.
It'll kill your battery. It'll kill your battery for sure, but it's pretty dope.
Probably. You gotta floss like floss, man.
That's right.
Yeah. And
you guys play Fortnite yet? Check out that Fortnite skin.
Oh, how many of you all have gotten hit up by the Fortnite nerd for your skin code? Oh my god.
I cannot believe people are actually paying. That's not how you get it. You have to log on to your account from a Note 9 or S4 tab S4 to get the skin. That is the only way.
I got people DMing me talking about them. I'll pay $150 for the skin. I'm like, man, get
there's no codes. There's no passwords. There's no, get away from me, kid.
Well, I mean, you could log in as them, right? And then they would get it after you log back out.
Probably.
I get, okay, technically, just like you guys said, and technically saying your people are paying to give logins, but
exactly.
Yeah, no, I
haven't gotten offered that yet. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
Because you haven't tweeted about it like you have.
No, I haven't at all.
Yeah, the Travis staying low key. You start tweeting about the Note 9, they'll be coming to you, Travis. Don't you
really? That's a thing. It's so weird.
Yeah, that's the thing, buddy. These dudes are coming out of nowhere.
I've been getting these random asks. Hey, Zach. DM me. Who are you? What? Hi. Hey, can I have your code for the thing? And I have to actually type back to them. There's no code. Don't be offering money. And then I go through their timeline just to see how stupid they are. And man, are they stupid?
Is that all they're doing, basically?
Can't underestimate it, man. Can't underestimate that stupidity.
You can literally Google how to get Fortnite Galaxy skin, and the first article you'll find is from CNET, where they clearly state this is how you get it.
Oh,
right?
Man, people don't do research or read, man.
No, of course not. Jason,
ain't nobody got time to Google.
Jason, have you checked your comment? I'm pretty sure you have a few in your comments. I'm guessing, man. Come on now.
It's got to be at least a few.
There's no way.
The ESPN alone seals the deal.
That's what Jason said.
Did I say it right?
Painfully honest. Yep. So in other disturbing news, you guys know what happened at the Madden tournament this past week.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is some YouTuber did a reaction video to it, man.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I just said. They did a fucking reaction video.
Like they watched it and then did a reaction to it?
They did a reaction to it, yeah.
Oh my god.
That's classless.
The YouTubers, man.
That's just for the views? That's so what?
Yeah, exactly. For the views, yep.
Good lord.
Yeah.
That's like apparently this is a thing now. You guys know who Kimberly is. She did a rant about this a few weeks ago about apparently there's people that are buying women that are buying these outfits or whatever so they can simulate being pregnant.
What?
Apparently that's a thing now.
Wow.
That's a whole different thing. But wow, so they did a reaction to that. Please tell me the video got taken down, Viper.
Not to my knowledge, no.
I'm telling you, man, just like CKID just said in the chat, people will do anything for views nowadays, man. Yeah. It's pretty sad.
Well, what about that couple that shot a gun, I guess, through a phone book and the guy got killed? That was last year, right?
I heard about that.
I think so, yeah.
It was like a Desert Eagle, something, I don't know, whatever. Like high-powered rifle, I don't even know. But yeah, it was all on video. You know, I don't blame her if something happens to me, and he's holding a phone book. Jesus, what's wrong with you? Like,
you're enough, man.
I mean, I don't remember. I think Roberto tweeted this out today. I came across a creator today. I subbed to him today. He's around 3,200. He did a video called something about us creators, and it was just a quick B-roll thing about how we get ramped up and about the view. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The guy
I saw that.
Terry Warfield. You call him my man Terry.
Yes, Terry Warfield. Yeah.
Yep.
So he did, and I checked out some of his stuff. I'm like, this guy's cool. But his latest video that he brought out about how we get all ramped up about the views and analytics and everything, we need to get back to just creating content that people like. Just totally hit me, right? And it's completely true.
Yeah.
Well, right. I get what he's saying, and that's totally cool, and I'm totally down with that. Especially if you're looking at yourself as an artist and stuff. I don't really see myself as an artist. I see this as a means to an end. I'll just be straight up real. I'm trying to get out of my 9-to-5 at some point in the next 2 years. I love creating. I love what I'm doing. And I know in order to get there, I need some numbers. So without doing things that are against my moral code, I will do just about anything I can to get there. As long as I'm not hurting anybody, stepping on anyone's neck or whatever, I'm going to grind till I can get there. And it's working so far. So I get that. And for the artist who wants to just do the art for the sake of the art, that's cool. I don't want to do the art for the sake of the art. I want people to see it because that's why I'm spending my time doing it. So I get what they're saying, but for me, that's not good enough. I mean, I can do a video and just not show it to anybody if I just want to do it for that. So it's just me. That's just me.
Yeah, there's the business side of wanting to make it a career, which I think is exactly what you're talking about, Travis, right? And then there's the creative side and wanting to reach. I mean. And then I think there's that middle ground, or maybe it's a totally different road over here, which is I want the views and the subs and everything, and they don't really care about either. It's about acknowledgement and, you know what I mean? Like getting that like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is, man. There's I think if anything, you have to get to a certain point as a creator to where you could create something artsy. And then people would like it or not like it, but it won't affect your business in any way because you've already built up a catalog and a subscribership and like a steady viewership that you can go ahead and free yourself to do the artsy type stuff if that's what you want to do.
Can anybody like tell me why my homie John Proctor is out there having an identity crisis? I need to know.
He probably getting ready to post something for FPT's probably going to go.
Man, one minute he's John Proctor, the other minute he's FPT. It's like an identity crisis. What's going on, man? Is it like a flip personality thing? I don't know. I want to know. Inquiring mind wants to know.
He does have a couple personalities.
I mean, I find myself kind of in the same boat as yourself, Travis. But the thing is, I really enjoy my current job and my career and then my clientele and everything like that. So, but at the same time, like I've said this before, 24/7, I'm always thinking about this and the community and everything that and you guys and what's happening next and everything like that. And there's a stronger draw for myself here. So, and I think that this probably all goes back to right now how I'm kind of hitting a wall because it's like trying to find that happy balance, right? So I'm all good with anyone doing what makes them happy, and I just want to be very clear. I am not telling anyone to stray their own course. I'm just talking about me. Like my course has a very specific end goal. So for me, that's not good enough. For anyone else, please do what makes you happy. Please do what makes other people happy. And if you're super cool with 150 views, that's cool. Matter of fact, I love the way Roberto Blake puts it. He goes, some people are so upset about only getting 100 views on a video, but if they were in a room talking to 100 people at one time, they would faint over themselves. You know what I mean? And I totally agree with that. Like I'm thankful for every single view. However, in order for me to get where I need to be, that number, that little tiny little digit thing needs to be bigger. So I'm going to try and make it bigger. And that's just me. That's just me though.
My man, YouTube is a vehicle. I'm not trying to create. I am using the tool to gain.
Right. And then when I get where I can kind of be more free with it and just kind of do things for the sake of doing things, that's a different story. Then I'll try to get a little more artistic and stuff. But let me get the grind through. Let me get into the gym and work hard so that the fight is easy. You know what I mean?
But is there a bigger plan for yourself? And you have to give us your complete master plan here.
I don't actually know my master plan.
but have you thought about what if tomorrow YouTube gets purchased by whatever company and they turn off this and that and they take away a bunch of, you know what I mean? Like what if a bunch of stuff just disappears or things? So have you thought about an alternative? Like,
yes and no. So I'm putting so much time into this to try to grow this quickly so that I can get at a point where I can diversify more. A lot of people will diversify first, and that's fine. But the only way I've been able to grow as fast as I have is because I put so much into this. Any extra minute that I have, I'm putting into this rather than diversifying at the moment. And certainly you could pick that apart and say that's probably not smart. However, that's how I'm hedging my bets for the moment. Now, once I get to the point where it's doing something for me and I can kind of spread my wings a little bit more, I'm in for it. And if that means working with other people or whatever the case may be, I'm in for that as well.
So name recognition. So, for example, if Casey Neistat left YouTube tomorrow and went to whatever one of the video platforms is, that there would be a pile of people that would follow him. That's what you're basically saying. Right?
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, like it's just that right now I'm not at a size where any of that matters. I can't do any of that. If this were to fall apart tomorrow, all right, it falls apart tomorrow, then that's a wrap. But that's all right. I'm willing to take that chance to double down now so that later I can diversify a little bit more.
No, we've had the conversation before, and I completely agree with you, Travis. It's building up your brand. You're trying to build up your brand. I'm doing the same thing that you're doing. We're trying to build up our brand on YouTube, and then when we have enough of a brand that will allow us to be versatile and branch out, then we can do that. But right now, we don't have nothing to branch out with, so we need to build it up first.
And actually, how many subscribers do you have on this live stream channel now, Viper?
142.
Okay. How long did it take you to get 142 subscribers on your main channel?
Like 4 months, 3 or 4 months.
Exactly. But you were able to do 142 subscribers in like a week and a half, right?
Yep.
Because you started at a bigger point and were able to spread out.
Exactly.
This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. So, I mean, you've already done it. You've already proven to a smaller degree, but still, I mean, there are people, I think I remember hearing a statistic that what is it, over 50% or something like that of the YouTube creators never get to like 500 subscribers. Like it's some ridiculously large number. Yeah. And a bunch of people, you can go to any forum, are struggling to get to 100. And because you were able to grow one thing, it was easier to transfer people over. Now, you could do the same thing in Twitch. You probably could easily get that many people on Twitch. But the point being is once you're large enough to have people who care about you, some of them, not all of them, some of them will follow you, and then you can grow on that.
Right. It's just like John Proctor. He has almost 100,000 YouTube subscribers. He has over 30,000 followers on Twitter. He's going to be big on Twitch when he starts concentrating his efforts there, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, if you can do it, do it. Yeah. I mean, I don't have the game plan. I don't know nothing. I'm just trying it, you know. See what happens.
Man, I'm with you, Travis. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm along for the ride, man. I'm just right.
Let's do this.
That makes sense, man. You guys saw what was in when Linus started that new channel, and he just said, "Hey, you know, I've got this new channel. You guys should go over there and subscribe." And then like 30,000 overnight, you know. But he's obviously in the millions on his main channel. Yeah. But just the fact that he's at that higher point, he could get 30K overnight.
Well, Swoop too. So, Swoop lost like what, 600,000, and what is she at now? Like 150, almost
150. She's at like 100 and something now.
Yeah, so, I mean, it didn't take her that long. So kind of the same thing, man. Like, and again, it's YouTube to YouTube, so that's not exactly, I guess, what we're talking about. However, the point being that it is possible once you get a following to then move some of them.
Right. It's just like John Proctor always said. When you get people to care about you, it's a lot easier for you to diversify and go different places because then they will be willing to follow you because they are invested in you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the hope. That's the hope.
That is the plan.
Yeah, that's a thing that started happening recently since like April or March is when I started getting people actually commenting stuff like, "I'm here for you." Not so much what you're reviewing, but because you reviewed it is why I want to watch it.
Right.
And that's a new thing because I spent freaking a year putting out videos week after week after week with nothing happening. And just all of a sudden in these past, since April, so I'd say maybe the past 4 or 5 months, and that's just been nuts, man. When I start hearing comments like that or reading comments like that, it's game changer.
Yeah. And you'll get more because, I mean, you're at a point where you're going to start growing a little bit fast. Like it kind of accelerates as you get bigger. Your growth gets bigger. It's kind of, at least that's what's happened for me. And I've seen a lot of people do the same thing. And then the comments are different and they become more touching and more kind of impactful. And it'll happen bigger for you, quicker for you because you have a lot more videos than I do. So people will start finding your older content and it'll just gradually kind of.
And the trolls come along with it too, because I never had so many trolls for like almost a year. I didn't get a single troll comment.
Yeah.
And ever since I started kind of growing, once I got past 1K, they started appearing. And then 2K, and then now 3.5. Now I'm getting, at least, 3 or 4 troll comments a week, which that doesn't sound like much, but considering that I was at 0.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to see him now. And I'm like, man, it's true. Once, once more people start saying good things, man, they start coming out of the woodworks with just randomness. So
yeah. My favorite, like when you get the comments from people that you're helpful with, my favorite are just, hey, thanks, man. That helps a lot. Like, for example, when I brought the BX actions thing here this past week, right? And it didn't take off as much as I wanted to because I think Droid Modder X Shane Star, I think he did it first. Actually, he did it within hours before me, right? Whatever. But he has the authority on that. He does tons of stuff with the no phones or anything like that. And he did it before with the other devices as well. But I brought mine out, and I think mine was playing along with his in the same kind of category and everything. But I got a lot of, hey, thanks for just getting to it. Hey, thanks for just, whatever. And that's impactful for myself. I like to be able to help people that way.
You kept it straightforward, man. I mean, you got right to it, showed exactly how to do it, and boom, done.
Yeah, the way, like I said, the way I'm kind of looking at the note stuff for my channel, and again, I know it's terrible for velocity or retention or whatever the words is, but whatever. It's the way I kind of look at it is that everybody else is bringing these things out and everything. I'm just going to kind of get straight to it and everything like that. Now, when I do some of the Blue Element stuff or some of the OEM cases, there's obviously more than just 2 cases, so it might take a little bit longer, but I'm really going to try to aim between that 2, 3, 7 minute mark kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And as long as I get a thank you or a thumbs up or anything, then hey, I've done what I wanted to do, which is show the tech and hopefully it makes sense to them, right? So
it's kind of funny that Jeff was talking about how he didn't get that many trolls on YouTube in the first year. I'm the same way. I haven't really had too many trolls on my channel. But if you go over to Twitch, Jeff, and Krista, as you know firsthand, the troll come out immediately. They don't waste no time on Twitch, boy. Yeah. They are after you immediately.
Yeah, man. I think it's more kids on Twitch or something, man, because
it gotta be.
Yeah, man. Them trolls are, man, they're on some stupid shit.
Those kids. Get off my lawn.
Exactly. Yeah, me and Krista were in there swinging the band hammer like Thor fighting off all them monsters. So,
I missed that. That sounds like a fun time.
Oh man, yeah, we were knocking them down.
They were coming at me high on Twitch, but they were coming hot.
Wow.
Yeah, they were. Dude was coming at them all kinds of sideways and trying to make fun of them and saying racist stuff. We weren't having it.
It's just funny because I was getting ready to end the stream, right? And it was like it was a chill period. But somebody had to come in there and try to troll by the end of the stream. But I was like, don't even blame them. Don't ban them. Don't ban them. Don't do nothing. What did Krista do? Krista was like, damn that. Boom! Just ban them anyway. Just sent the troll packet anyway. Like, damn, Krista out there, don't do nothing. She did it anyway. It was like reflex at that point. She was dealing with so many, she just did it anyway. Twitch trolls are ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, you got to get on them, though, man. Can't let that nonsense up in there.
All right, so we got a front page text that I think Zach is trying to elevate the content so much and just get to it that he's gonna start removing himself from the content. I like Zach for Zach, not because he just gets to it. There you go, Zach. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm so analytical. I'm so stupid like that. I don't know how. I said, I'm hitting that wall right now.
It's all a game, dude. I mean, it's
Travis actually. Yeah, Travis mentioned it a few weeks ago because he's like, I could see it in your eyes, Zach. I could see it. Like, remember that thing? I can't remember what stream we were on, Travis, right? You're saying was it again? You made a comment about me about how I'm kind of like over analyzing things.
Oh
right?
yeah,
and I think John's hitting it straight in the head here. I just got to figure out what that pivot is.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Right.
Yeah. You got to find what's natural to you, what makes the most sense to you. I talk a lot and I like to analyze things and then I like to explain them to people, which is why these other series kind of work for me. So you just got to find whatever that thing is that you're really good. And let's see here. What Brandon says. When I started making things less about keeping it concise without my opinion and sharing more of the opinion while editing aggressively, my videos did indeed get longer, but I improved big time.
So I'll give you an example here to kind of follow up on what you're saying and what John is saying here. So I ordered the 128 gigabyte, 6 gigabyte RAM version of the Note 9, okay? Because we can't get the 512 here in Canada unless we order it from Samsung Canada. Over on that table right there, there is a 512 in black sitting in the box that was delivered 2 days ago. Somebody came to me and said, hey, Zach, you should do a video showing RAM management between the two because I don't think an Android can use over 6 and everything like that. And my reaction at first was cool, but the more I thought about it is why? Like there's other people that are going to do that and they're going to do it better, but it's not my style. And at the end of the day, you can benchmark and you can tell me all the specs all you want about this or about how the iPhone is better, but it comes back down to the experience. And can I do my regular thing on there? And I'm going to tell you that yes, this is fast and you're going to enjoy this. Do you know what I mean? Like it's real talk. Like nobody talks out at a cafe sitting down for a coffee or at the pub the other day. He's talking about RAM management and how and benchmarks and everything. They say, man, this thing is fast and it takes great photos. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Right? Mm-hmm. Or they go, hey, I was on Instagram today. I saw your photo. That was really well done. Where'd you take that? Well, I took it with an Asus, blah, 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 or a OnePlus. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. It's human talk. Right,
and that's what John's saying here.
Yeah,
his last comment right there.
Okay, I think on the cases and how to stuff, writing the note, we have just try to make opinion pieces, and that's the stuff that makes the impact. Yeah, I actually had a piece that I did, and I never published it, and I could actually edit it in such a way that I gave 3 reasons why I was getting the note, and I can actually reword that into 3 reasons why I did buy the note, and they're 3 completely different reasons from what anybody else has talked about. Actually, one of them kind of mirrors and everything like that. But I mean, so going back to this, Travis, if you and I were to go out for a beer or for a coffee, we wouldn't be sitting there talking about RAM management and everything like that. We'd be talking about how you were able to take this great slow-mo photo or slow-mo video or something like that, or how you were able I was able to take quick notes today at my meeting or everything like that, and be able to pass them on. You know what I mean? Like this, just the real, right? So yeah, I'm honestly, when we're done here, I'm gonna be jumping onto Samsung. I'm gonna be returning that 512. I just think it's unnecessary to even go that route, because it doesn't interest me. I'm not gonna do a video on something that doesn't interest me. So
yeah. No, I get it. And what John's saying there, you can see cases on any channel that has ranking cases sent to, which is everybody, but you can only get Viper's opinion on Viper, which is true. And that's kind of one of the things that I try to do with any of my videos with products, but the reality is it comes out more when I do these other videos. Like it's cool to kind of do something silly with a product, like I try to do with headphones or whatever, and dance or whatever, but that'll never be quite as interesting as like my thoughts on saying something that from the outwardly looks dumb, like, oh, Casey Neistat's the best tech YouTuber. That's just a dumb statement. To letting you listen to that and go, oh, dang, I actually kind of at least understand. I don't have to agree, but I kind of understand where he's coming from, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think getting that deeper level of something interesting is where it's really at. Like that's the real kind of meat of the potatoes. Maybe that's where the art is.
I think I'm the only one that didn't do any Note 9 pieces, man.
Yeah.
Broke life, baby.
That broke life, son.
Crazy.
Oh, man. I should at least got those AKGs from somebody and did the headphone review at least.
Hey, maybe I should think one. I'm getting this shit. I'm not going to use them.
Yeah, I heard they're okay, man. I keep hearing mixed reviews on those AKGs. So.
Like one thing I'm going to be doing and recording later on this week is, like, I originally did that whole piece about how I was going to do like up until October with the Vivo Nex, right? And I had a couple hiccups, as you guys know, and I've actually had a lot of people on Twitter and everything reaching out to me saying, how's that going? I'm going to be taking my sim out of here and putting this project aside and going full time with the Note, because productivity wise, right? And I think that's a good opinion piece, or to kind of draw the comparison, because I have enjoyed this fully with the whole pop-up camera full screen thing, but this is on a whole different level.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I love my S Pen.
The Godzilla of the phones, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Gojira.
Yeah.
That's the Japanese way of saying it. Gojira.
Oh, okay. Godzilla. That's weird.
I'm taking John's comments in because I don't have time to read them, or I should say I don't have time to read them right now. I'm actually physically copying John's comments here into a Keep note. Do you guys use Google Keep for notes?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm gonna.
It's funny. That's how I when I upload a video and I put all those at in my whatever I'm posting, I use Google Keep to copy and paste from Google Keep into the Twitter post.
Nice.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what half that stuff is. It's so funny. Like, I'm supposed to be a tech channel and everything. I don't know what half that stuff is. I don't. It's so funny how much I know about some things and how little I know about other things.
Man, are you kidding me? When Technically T and then we're on here last Friday talking about cameras, I was like, what the hell are y'all talking about, man?
Well, those dudes are deep. You talking about like CJ and Technically T?
Well, talking about
some, man.
Talking about some Figmas and lenses and whatever. I'm like,
man,
what?
I don't know.
CJ, when CJ gets into my eyes, roll up into my head, I'm like, I don't know what these.
I know nothing about them except for the videos I watched. And I'm like, okay, how do I set up doing slow-mo on this? And I had to literally go through this 5-minute video, 5-10-minute video on how to set up 120 frames per second, everything 1080p, and then how you slow it down. So I literally have that setting on there. And then when I put it back to manual, that's my setting for this. But other than that and exposure, I don't know anything about this camera.
So the last Viper, seconds of what Zach was saying, I have no idea what the hell he's talking.
But I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is you're not alone. I feel just as much in the dark as you sometimes when it comes to this thing when I pick it up.
No, that's the way it is with me, man. Because you guys know I'm cell phoning it up, and I'm still trying to learn. Like even using my cell phone, I'm trying to learn, about aperture and about white balance and ISO. I'm trying to learn about all that stuff so that even though I'm using a phone, I can still get the best that I possibly can out of that device. Because I'm at this point, at this juncture, or even in the near future, man, I'm not going to be investing in a DSLR or a camcorder. I don't see that happening anytime soon, man. So, because even if something happens with the S8, the wife has the OnePlus 6, and you know, we have multiple different phones with good cameras, so we just, you know, I'll just keep rolling that way for now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, we're all kind of learning. We're all trying to figure it out, and it you know, if you can embrace, like, so one of the things I got to hang with Cody Warner when he came to Seattle a while back, and one of the cool things I had to ask him is because there's technically, hold on, technically we're gonna read what he says here in a minute, but let me get through this. Cody, I remember in one of his videos, one of the first videos I ever saw of his was about him going and getting that hustle on trying to sell the idea of being able to do videos for people. Have you seen that? If you have not seen that, you have to watch it. It's him recording himself going into businesses and trying to sell the idea of him shooting a video for them and then them paying for it. And it's all like, he does it on the fly. Like he says, he gets told no, like every time. And like afterwards, every time he's so hyped and so pumped about it. And when I talked to him in person, I was like, I don't understand how you can embrace no so much, because that's all he was talking about. Like, you got to embrace the no, you got to love the no. And Gary Vee says the same thing. Yeah. And I'm bad at that. So I had to ask him, I said, how do you embrace the no, like in general? And he said, you put yourself in a situation where no is the norm, and then you become desensitized to it. And then it becomes something you can embrace. So I think that, like, we have to put ourselves in a little bit of no every once in a while just to figure out where the yes is.
That's like myself in sales. Like whenever I'm doing like cold calling for the day or whatever, like the days I stay at home and I have or in my office and I have 10 businesses to call, and I know they're gonna all tell me no, right? But you have to be able to have some sort of value for them, right? Not just my product is X amount of dollars, because anybody can do that, right? Yeah. But why should they? Where's the value in the company I work for, or what I'm bringing to the table, right? Which same sort of thing, right? So
yeah, you just got to take the fear out of hearing no, because you know that's how it is for a lot of aspects of our lives. I mean, even then, like, just to put it a little bit differently, you guys couldn't imagine how many times I've been told no when I would try to holler at girls.
Yeah,
like,
well, me too.
It'd be insane. But here's the thing: I never had any fear of talking to girls. So
I just wish I knew what I know. I just wish I knew what I know now about this YouTube game. And granted, things have changed in a year. I wish I knew now, or had this head that's on my shoulders now compared to a year, because I feel like, I don't want to say I wasted the last year in terms of trying to grow and everything like that. And again, I didn't really know the direction of this channel or what things were happening. Even now, I'm not even quite sure about the direction of the channel, but it's I don't want to say it's frustrating, but it's even, like Travis said, the whole no aspect, the whole negative aspect of it is learning, right? And that's part of the growth as well, right? So
yeah, no, dude, I felt the same way. I thought for the longest time that I wasted that first year, and then when I look back at it, that first year taught me so much, not just on making the videos, but like SEO, editing. The most thing that it taught me the most actually was just getting comfortable on camera, and that's taken nearly 100 videos to get to where I've got it to where people have told me, "Hey, man, it feels like you're just talking to me, like we're homies, and you're just talking to me."
I didn't get on camera until this past March when I first met Viper.
Yeah. So
right, I think Viper did a video. You did a video, and I think it's on your other channel about, you know, people connect to faces, get your face on your thumbnail, get your face out there. And when I did that, things completely changed, right? So.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking about face in the thumbnail. No, I wasn't talking about video, but it's the same principle, though. Yeah,
I have a perfect face for video.
Oh, geez. Yeah, and you know, just for piggyback on what Jeff said, I think MKBHD said something about his first 100 videos. He only had like 75 subscribers or something like that. So, you know, it just takes some time. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So technically, T said earlier that he started doing case video because that's what he was most comfortable with, but now he's trying to slowly move away from doing case video.
He said, but folks will come to me for case advice. It's actually a big avenue. I look at it as, accessorize me. I mean, it's possible cases are starting point, but slowly get away from them. I think there's nothing wrong with being like known as the case guy, as long as you have like a fallback as well, which I think is what he's trying to say here, is that he wants to do other things as well. If you're known to be the case guy, people go to you for case advice. Sure, there's going to be people there for sure. I wonder, Technically, T, what else do you want to do, man? Put in the chat, like, what's your next? What do you want? You say you want to get away from cases. What do you want to get into? I'm curious.
I mean, I remember Jeff talking about this too. Like, I know Jeff doing headphones now, but I think he was discussing one day about how he would like to slowly pivot away from doing headphone reviews.
Yeah, the original game plan for my channel was not to be doing audio products as much as my. Here, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I freaking love headphones. You guys, it's not a publicly known thing. You guys know why I love headphones and why I'm big on music. So I have no problem doing what I'm doing, and it's niche down into what it is, and it's helping me grow. But originally, when I first got into it, was because I wanted to do a PC channel, like a computer tech channel.
What?
Building computers, doing custom water cooled stuff. That's what I do.
I just said computers because I thought he meant like politically correct channel.
But don't get me wrong. But here's the problem. That is one incredibly expensive hobby, and if you don't have the companies reaching out to you, because they won't at my level, they're not going to get any return on investment on them sending me $5,000 worth of product. So it just didn't work. So I said, you know what, I'm going to start off with what I've got and just start doing these reviews and start knocking them out. And that's the advice I got from two major YouTubers that I met when I first started my channel. That was Paul from Paul's Hardware and Kyle from Bitwit. Kyle just went over 1 million. Paul's like almost at 900K now. So those two dudes gave me some great advice, and that's what I was trying to do. But man, it's just, it's next to impossible just starting out cold with no sponsors or help or some sort of support. I had to go a different route. So, but I love what I'm doing. So either way, it worked out for me. So I'm
Bruh, I am mind blown right now. Jeff's over here like, I want to be lining tech tips. I'm like, huh? Whoa.
Yeah, well, you see his computer, man. That actually doesn't surprise me. I see his computer stuff in the background. I know that he has some good hardware, so I'm not terribly surprised by this.
Yeah, all this is, I built all that myself, man. And like I've set up, done setups for friends and stuff, and help people piece them together. I do like I'll even consult for people. Like they'll tell me, oh, I've got this much budget, and I'm looking to do this and this with it. Can you help me out? And then I'll piece stuff together for them. And then if they need help, I'll physically help them build it. Some people have paid me for it. It's not something that I do like actively that way where I'm pursuing a business. But it's something that it's really fun, dude. And it lends itself to like what I do for my job. It's electrical mechanical repair. So PC building is it's fun, man. It's fun.
Yeah,
that's weird. Like when I started my channel, it started out as just doing a few case unboxings and a quick opinion piece, or showing the clientele, how you put your phone in it or how it works, or it was on a selfie stick or whatever, and things I was doing, things I was selling at my regular job. And then I went out and I purchased it was a Samsung Galaxy S8. And a lot of people are like asking, oh, can you change the navigation keys on the bottom? So as you guys know, Samsung puts the navigation, their back key on the right. All other Androids put it on the left. And I went into a Best Buy and I recorded a video of me changing the navigation. I put that on my channel and it blew up. I was the only person to do it. And I was like, oh, cool. People like this. That was helpful to somebody. Then I went out and I got a Galaxy S8 phone. And I did a quick unboxing. I was one of the first people to do a retail unboxing of it, and people enjoyed that. And then things just kind of snowballed from there, right? So it's interesting how the channel kind of takes you in its own direction, right? So
it looks like there's some stuff going on in the chat.
Yeah, working right. Job process throwing down dollar bill. Technically, T wants to work on cars, and Disintent today is crunching numbers. There's all types of stuff going on, man.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing for Technically T. If he's going to go into the car game, I've actually seen a couple of channels blow up super big in the car game. Like if you do it correctly, you can blow up fast. So yeah, Technically T, if that's what you do, brother, or same thing with cameras, whatever you do, man. I mean, peace and love, and I wish you the best. But definitely go hard and go all in. So if you're going to do getting your new car and doing all that stuff, show everything.
I don't understand who's arguing about content strategy. Us or sorry, the chat?
No. It's John and Brandon.
That's people in chat, man.
Oh, okay.
John and Brandon having fight.
Let me give a quick shout out to my man Doug Houston YT in the chat.
Oh man, Doug is everywhere.
Always coming through showing support, man.
Everywhere. Yeah, what's up, Doug? What's up?
Doug does the morning. I think he does the chat before the live stream for the Niman brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, he does the pre-show for that, but that's too early for your boy, man.
Same here, man.
Yeah, it's too early for me.
Man, we be having our Friday night hangover, man. It be going early in the morning. I'll be knocked out.
Is Doug also over in Thailand?
No,
that I don't know.
no. I think he's like in New Zealand or something. Let's find. He'll tell us.
Okay, Doug, where are you? We don't need an exact address.
Where is Doug?
Or he's Australian. One of the two.
Where,
I think.
Doug?
Australia.
Yep.
Australia. There you go.
Got the time zone.
There you go, Mike.
Man.
That's right, man. We're international, son.
That's right.
All over the place, man.
Yeah,
Amazingly.
That's why I'm looking to get my. I got those closed captions done for a couple of videos, but I didn't really need to get the translations going, man. I need to get Portuguese and I need to get what is it? India? What do they speak in India? But it's multiple languages in India.
Hindi.
Hindu.
Punjab.
Yeah. I think it's Hindi and Punjabi. I gotta get those translations going, man, because I get mad love from India and Brazil big time, dude. And
Wow, it's interesting.
My
Brazilians,
1+5 stuff
yeah.
blew up with India. Totally.
Yeah, no, the Brazilians, they leave me messages in Portuguese, so I have to put it in Google Translate, and I'll answer them in Portuguese, and they like super appreciate that I just do that for them.
Yeah.
So
hack, man. Before I answer the thing in the chat, couple quick hacks. If you have a Note 8 or above, I actually tweeted this the other day, and you've never seen HDR video, you got to go to YouTube and the YouTube app, search HDR, and then watch any of the videos that come up as HDR. Your eyes will fall out of your head. You've never seen a video look so good that if you watch, I mean, it's not just Note phones or not just S8 or S9 or whatever. I think some of the other Android phones support HDR. Do that right away. Your eyes will fall out of your head. Make sure
Costa Rica and 4K 60 FPS HDR Ultra. Okay.
Hey, shout out to CKID. He says we're making this B-roll tonight nice and smooth.
Let's do that. How did my CC video perform? Anyone? Oh, a closed caption. So
wow.
I got my closed captions done through a site that D. Niman has suggested. I'm realizing that I don't actually need to get English closed captions. I went back and looked at the stats there, and they're exactly the same as the stats that I know. If you look at it, it's like I'm saying, your eyes will fall out of your head. And it seems to perform the same. However, if I did what Jeff's going to do, like translation-wise, that's where it's at, and I need to do that.
Yeah, I need to get on that, dude, because like
Travis,
I said,
you weren't lying. This is
it's amazing.
They're sending me a lot of love from overseas, and so I got to at least try to reach out to them for that kind of thing. So bring them in a little bit more.
This is how I want to film now. This is wow, Travis, you weren't lying.
I know it's really incredible.
All right, what were you saying, Travis, about HDR?
So open up, go to your YouTube app, and then just type in HDR. Like I tweeted an actual video, but it doesn't matter. There's multiple HDR videos on YouTube, and it just so happens this phone supports HDR along with like the Note 8, the S9, S9 Plus, and then just watch. Like there's one in Brazil or something. Watch that.
Oh, you mean watch HDR? Okay.
Yeah, the one I was watching was like on Costa Rica, whatever. I literally typed in HDR.
Yeah, and you'll find a bunch of them. Make sure if you guys have, and I think there are some Android phones that support it too. I don't know which ones though.
Wow,
it looks like you're in a video game.
This is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's legit. That is definitely legit, no doubt.
Yeah,
that Note 9 for you. That Note 9 is biblical.
True. Tech Valor in the house.
Oh, we got Catwoman. What's up, Catwoman? How you doing?
There she is. There she is.
Okay, now I'm back. Catwoman's in the building. I'm back.
Catwoman's in the building.
It's like a Wednesday, but it's actually Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday, yeah.
It's Tuesday, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude. I was up until 2 a.m. getting that video up, and then had to get up and have to be up at 6 to get to work. So man,
I can't do that, man. You guys spend so much time on your videos. I really don't. I don't.
Yeah, man. The B-roll editing. I didn't used to B-roll edit, and now I actually edit the B-roll, and that's added a good hour to my editing time. So
see, there we go. There's another one. So my video, Bixby is terrible. How disabled Remac? Just a simple comment from Liv. I don't know who this person is. I don't think I've ever had her on my channel. This was extremely helpful. Thanks. That just means a lot, right there.
Yeah.
It's just.
Great, yeah, I mean, if that's one of the things you're going for, like I just like, yeah. I mean, if that's something that makes your day, then go for that for sure. Absolutely, it's help everybody.
It's just a little motivation. That's right. That's all it is, right?
So Travis, Did you think when you were making that Casey Neistat video, did you ever think in your wildest dreams that he would watch it and reply and comment on the video actually?
So I'm very intentional about a lot of things. I knew that there was a chance. I thought maybe there was a 10% chance, and I'll tell you why. I actually know a couple people in person that have had their videos shown on larger channels. Like I know a guy who's local to me who's had a couple of his clips show up on Peter McKinnon's videos. I have another friend who's a much smaller creator, has a cooking channel, and some of his clips have made it to Binging with Babish. I don't know if you guys know who that guy is. He's like,
oh yeah, I watch it all the time.
Yeah, so his video clips made it in there. So I was thinking, and looking back at some of Casey's videos, I'm like, well, I mean, maybe. I will say now though that after it has happened, the timeline of the way things happen make it darn near impossible because. When I tweeted it at first, I'm not even sure if he was on Twitter. I checked his timeline because I added him in it. I was like, hey, I found out you're the best, blah, blah, blah. And he never replied to that one. And in looking at his timeline, I think what had happened is one of the retweets either from you guys or something like that came up right around the same time that he was on. I also added him when he talked about MKBHD hitting 1 billion views today, which congratulations to MKBHD. That's crazy. And then it timed it. And I just timed it along with all the other things that were going on. And I think that's what did it because I got a like from him right off the bat. And then I just kind of waited. I didn't do anything else. I didn't try to follow up again. And I thought that was going to be it. I was just happy with that. I was like, oh, you like that? That's cool.
I wonder if he has like alerts set up like with like brand alerts, like how you can with TubeBuddy or something like that.
I mean,
so that
maybe.
Somebody makes a video with his name in it, he knows to go check it out.
Maybe, but it seems like that would be excessive because there's a lot of people making Casey Neistat videos all the time. It seems like
true.
I wouldn't want that. And looking after having been now in basically 2 tweets that he made and all the likes and comments and retweets of those just today alone, I can tell you with no exaggeration, since a couple of hours ago when he first tweeted those things, every 30-ish seconds, I'm getting notifications about someone either liking or retweeting those 2 tweets from hours ago. And it's still going right now. Like I'm clearing them every couple of seconds as we're talking. It's great. So think about that for a second, which means that anything else he had talked about before that had to have, like my other tweets previous, the chances of him catching it are very slim. So at some point, he must have looked right as I had sent something, and then they just with perfect timing and all that stuff.
So John said that Casey had Google alert set up. So I guess he does have some type of alert set up.
That's cool. I mean, I don't know how much he looks at, but you know that.
No, you know, funny. Like about 5 or 6 months ago, I mentioned Lily Thing in a tweet, and she liked the tweet. And oh my God, all she did was like the tweet. My notification blew up with people liking the tweet that I mentioned her in, and it lasted for over a week. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe she
liked
replied
the tweet.
Mine lasted for like 4 days.
Nothing. She just liked it, and it was over with.
Yeah. Just think about that, like on a daily basis. It's almost like you can't even use Twitter, like not realistically. Like,
well, Michael Fisher told Jason and I at Mr. Mobile that he has all his notifications turned off except for @mentions. So not retweets, but if anybody were to compose a new tweet and put his name in there, not even a reply, it has to be a brand new tweet.
Well, just like John one day when YouTube had that bug and John was getting every comment under the sun for any of his videos, he couldn't use YouTube.
Yeah,
like he couldn't use it. It wouldn't happen. Too many notifications and comments.
Yeah.
I turned them all off.
There's 0 notifications on you. You know, I don't. Some people say turn off notifications, and my app notifications were turned off. I didn't turn them off, but they got turned off a while back. But I like having the emails come in, like especially that night when I got COA, and I woke up the next morning with all those. I liked that. Like even now,
you were like going like,
yeah. That was a real thing, and that was after I had deleted a bunch. So to be honest, like even no matter how big I get, I think I'm going to keep them on just because I think it reminds me to be kind of grateful. Because if I don't see them come in, I don't know they're happening, and I like to see them come in. So I think it kind of keeps me a little centered. So
I have the emails turned on for new subscribers and obviously for comments. And then on Twitter, I have emails turned on for DMs. And then if I don't open up the app for, I think it's like an hour, then I'll get like a summary type thing. There's different ways of turning it on and off. And I do sort of the same thing you do, Travis. Like even though I can obviously refresh my YouTube page or the app, whatever, to track subscribers, it's nice to get those emails throughout the day saying so and so subscribe to you, and that's if they have their subscriptions turned on publicly.
Right.
If they don't,
Yeah,
if they don't, then
you don't even see it. Yeah.
Like every week.
And that's the thing is like, that's the one thing I don't know is because Casey did follow me on Twitter. I do not know if he subscribed to me, and if he did, cool.
I'm betting he did.
Maybe
he did.
Maybe. I think Twitter is a little bit easier to do to not have your. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Having said that, I'm very cognizant now of the people that follow me on Twitter. There's a couple of people that are bigger now, and even people in my personal life that I have to be kind of careful about. Like I got. I'll say this on Viper Stream. I ain't gonna say anywhere else, but I have to be very careful now. I'm going to try to be very brand friendly moving forward and make sure that anything I tweet is of, something that I would be okay with a year from now popping up, right? You got to be really careful on social media about this stuff. So that's why, like a while back, I deleted everything that I'd ever tweeted before. And I'm trying to be very brand friendly to anyone because you just never know. But I got this guy who's a Trump fan, like just all over his profile page. Make America great again. Trump's the best, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a huge Trump fan. But I'm never going to put any of that stuff out in any of my videos. I'm never going to like split the line. I'm never going to make someone choose between their beliefs and me. As long as their beliefs are not like illegal or hurting someone or something like that. So as long as it doesn't really hurt me directly, I just need to be very careful from now on. I see that now there's some really interesting eyes on me and I have to be very kind of careful. So I would encourage that for everybody because that could just be a job.
We are all being watched on everywhere. So
somebody said that the other day. I forgot where I read it, but he said that you'd be shocked at how many people or who is lurking on your content all the time. Whether it's your videos, whether it's your stuff, like the other day when I got that comment from Jonathan Morrison, dude.
Where was that about? Yeah,
people were looking at me like I was insane because I yelled out. I was like, "What in the shit?" So yeah, man. I mean, I know it sounds like mad fanboyish and all that stuff, man, but that's a major creator doing some serious stuff on his channel, and I got mad respect for him too. My boy JD and everybody like that, down with them and stuff. And dude, I mean, when I saw that, I was shocked, man. That's just crazy. So you never know who's watching your content, who might be lurking on your content. So it's a trip, man. So it's a good idea, like Travis said, that we should be extra mindful. Because now we're in the public eye. We put ourselves in the public eye. So we have to be extra careful about that stuff, man. So no, it makes absolute sense. It's a wise move, especially if you're building a business.
What we used to do, we can't do anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. And I think that you need to think about like, and it's still weird to see Casey like tweets that I'm in. It's just a weird new thing to get used to. But one thing I would say is forget about even that for a second. Like, I mean, of course, we all want to be able to get to the point where we're getting paid enough to at least do it part-time, if not full-time. And you don't want to alienate companies. But think about now that there's actually people watching, probably all of us, whether we know about them or not, that are impacted by what we do, and doing something negative can impact them negatively. Like I've had a couple of really amazing, I've had one or two comments that almost made me cry, like that are just that thought-provoking.
The autism comment.
The autism comment really killed me. I mean, it was incredibly touching. And to ever do anything to portray, like now that I know that person exists, I don't ever want to portray that person. I don't want to say something just for my own gratification or do something stupid that I don't even really believe in. Maybe I'm just mad at the moment. And I have to remember that in social media because it's easier for that. Like in an edit, in a video, you can say and then never show it. You just never edit. Like you just got it off your chest and you're done. But in a tweet, you're like, boom, I'm gonna go make something to eat, and you just hurt a whole bunch of people's feelings. So now I just really have to be very, very cognizant of all of that, and I'm trying to be good about that.
It's so funny because I know sometimes I curse every now and then in these live streams, but when Zach told me that his kids watch my videos, I'm like,
oh yeah, exactly.
I can't curse no more. I gotta count.
It's only for the first half hour on Fridays. That's it.
That's it, man. Then they go to bed.
He likes watching you, man. He likes your sunglasses. He always comments about you, and he thinks Viper's like the coolest guy on YouTube. He really does. Are you going to be talking to Viper again this Friday? I'm like, well, if he sends Daddy a link, if he sends Daddy a link.
But that's the thing, Viper. Like you like I think John has said, and some other people said, like you definitely have the pro wrestling kind of feel, which means you will be able to impact younger kids and stuff. And I think that you can be an incredible role model. Just be mindful of that. Like people that are younger we might look up to you like, man, I want to be like Viper one day. You know, that's a thing, man. And as you continue to grind and get bigger and stuff, that's a thing. And it's so funny because at one point, I think when we start, we go, oh, it'd be cool if people liked me and left me notes and stuff. But then when it starts happening for real, and then you realize there's actually people on the other side of those words, people leaving you comments. These are actually human beings. And maybe even you were that person at one point where you're leaving a comment for your favorite creator and you hope that they hit the like on it. Maybe they'll say something to me. And now you're that person. Yeah. Like I remember that because it wasn't that long ago that I was that guy on the other end going, man, it'd be cool if this guy hit the like on it or just said something to me. So now I try to go back and every single comment, I try to say something, like something, I mean, anything. Yeah. And I think it's a pleasure. It's an honor. I had a guy the other day who was like, I love that you make me feel so welcome because you always, no matter what, say something to me. And I took a little bit of extra time. I said, listen, this is what I got into it for, is to show, and I'm showing the fact that you took some time out of your day. I'm definitely going to take time out of my day to tell you how much I appreciate you, because I really do. And it's not like this quick. Well, sometimes I got to go through them quick, but I'm always thinking about each person. I'm like, man, thank you so much for your time. I'll maybe say something funny or whatever. You really have to be grateful for that, because if you didn't have them, it'd be just like those old days when we first started. You put up a video and 2 hours later it still says no views, and I am done with that day. I'm never doing that again. That's a wrap. That stuff is hurtful. That hurts your feelings.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer C Kid's comment here. It says here, where do you draw the line between being sensitive versus yourself? That's an interesting topic. Should we as creators have censor ourselves because of some people's sensitivity? I would say no, don't censor yourself. Be yourself, because that's what people are drawn to. If people are going to be overly sensitive, now I'm not saying be excessive in nature just to get attention. I think the occasional curse drop here and there, and this is just my opinion, the occasional curse drop here and there is okay, as long as the context makes sense. Like when I curse in front of my kids, which doesn't happen often, I get their attention. Right? Yeah. So that's my opinion of it. But there's a reason why people have been drawn to you in the first place as a creator, because of how genuine you are.
I have a thought on this, and I think you guys who know me in other instances know that the guy on video and the guy here is the same. It's all me. But there's also another side of me that's not shown to anyone else. And I'm glad you asked that question, C-Kid, because I'll answer it the way that I had to think about it. I had to go, is me being that little bit of extra worth impacting someone in a negative way or making them turn away from the 90% other of me? Like, is that extra 10% that I can let fly a couple extra F-bombs or whatever, is that worth the trade-off? And for me, the answer is no. My 80% is what I want people to be into. The last 20% people don't have to like, so I don't have to show them that. So it's still me, and I can be that elsewhere. It's just, for me, the trade-off of that last 20% isn't worth it. So you have to make that decision for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, because, even John said it, you don't want to automatically alienate, 50% of everyone, especially if there's people out there who are not about that cursing, because I run into adults like that, during the day, like I'll be having a conversation, say, I'll be talking to like the custodians or like the security guards, at my work and stuff. And we'll just, be talking, chit-chatting back and forth, doing like guys do. And somebody walk by and be like, hey, language, man. I'm like, hey, we were just chopping it up, man. But some people really take that stuff seriously. Yeah. So yeah, I never even cursed on one of my videos.
For myself, professionally, with my regular career job, I can't deal with people that are effing, and I realize that some people come from that molding, so I don't blame them, and you can kind of tell that. But sometimes there's other people that are just excessive like that when they get ramped up and everything, and I have to walk away from that, because I think there's a better way for you to, and again, that's just an opinion. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I think there's a better way to express yourself like that. But hey, sometimes Zach gets a couple drinks in him too, and he goes off. So you guys just haven't seen it yet.
It's funny, funny we're talking about cursing and whatnot, because DJ did a collaboration with Terry Warfield, and I don't know if you guys watch Terry, but the boy cursed a lot. He even says in the beginning of the video, "I cursed him. That's not for you. You got to go." But in the collaboration, in his part of the video, I think Terry was cursing like that. And then in the comment of the collaboration, somebody was commenting to DJ. They were like, "Man, what's up with the cursing and whatnot?" And DJ was like, "Yo, I'm not going to censor other people who I collab with. I mean, I'm not cursing, he's cursing." But just the fact that it wasn't even DJ who was cursing, it was Terry that was cursing. But Terry had a part in the collaboration that somebody had a problem with that. I'm like, wow, crazy.
Yeah, dude. You got to watch out. But it's just people, man. Some people get like I say, some people get offended by it. A lot of people just don't like hearing it. And it's understandable.
Yeah, I try to I don't curse much in my videos. I try to keep it so I know every now and then I might let off a word.
This is gonna be sorry, go ahead, Viper. Sorry.
I was saying that's why I try to keep the cursing to a minimum of my videos. And I might let off a word every now and then, but you don't really hear me curse too much in my video because I know people not really into that. But
yeah.
When John gets beeped, I find that funnier than hearing the actual curse. I don't know what it is. When someone gets beeped, it's always funnier. It's always funnier.
It is. That is funny.
I'm going to give you guys an analogy here. So something you guys don't know about me. Some of you might know this. I used to DJ and host karaoke and Name That Tune shows for about 10 years. Okay. So Name That Tune, we'd set up a couple speakers in a bar. I'd have an assistant who played the songs, and I would go around the bar with my microphone, and we'd have different teams of people, and we would do different categories, and they'd have to name the song and the artist. Okay. And one of the rules, now this is before everything happened. So just keep that in mind. This is before everything happened. And when I say when everything happened, you'll just do what I'm talking about. One of the rules our boss had was this. He said, listen, if Bill Cosby can do a 3-hour comedy show without swearing, you can do an hour and a half in a bar. Okay. So yeah, I know we're all adults at the bar and everything. We're all 18 plus down up here in Canada. It's 18 plus for bars and everything. And people curse and swear and everything like that, and they're having a good time and they're having drinks and everything like that. But the rule was just don't curse over the microphone or anything like that. And so I kind of take that and kind of apply it to my channel now. And the couple times that I have cursed in my videos, I've always beeped it because I always thought it was funnier. So, yeah.
Oh, John, you had to go there, didn't you?
Savage.
You had to go there,
Savagery. Fatality.
Yeah, see, I knew if anybody was going to go there, I knew it'd be John.
Oh, yeah. So just a quick point to Travis. You were wondering if KT9 is subscribed to your channel. I'm going to go with yes, because that video, when I did a video saluting MKBHD for winning that Creator of the Decade, he commented on the video, and after he commented on my video, my subscribe account went out 1. So I have a feeling that MKBHD may or may not be subscribed to my channel. I'm not sure.
Cool. It's too bad you can't tell.
Yeah, you can't tell. But I'm guessing that he subscribed to the channel, or he was at one point.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah. That's very positive. It would not surprise me, dude, because you have outreached. You box above your weight class, basically. Yeah, man. He has a shadow account.
He has a shadow account. Everybody has a shadow account. Apparently,
that's what Flossie says. Flossie says everyone does.
Yep, everybody's got a shadow account.
Oh, FPT is up.
I need to get a shadow account today.
Really, I'm the only one without a shadow account, then?
I don't have one either.
Just like I have multiple Gmail accounts, so you can just set up. It's just your Gmail login, so you can have.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess I could use one of those.
Yeah, because I had a personal one, but that one I just kind of ghosted that one out because that actually had a fundraiser video and some stuff I did for when my wife got super sick and stuff. So I just kind of blocked all that one out and just leave that alone. Just roll with the yellow heifer.
Yeah, you can always do the subscribe but not subscribe just by watching a couple of videos, and then YouTube will just always recommend you them. Then you're not subscribed really. You just watch a couple, and then YouTube's like, here, you want more? Like, okay.
So the Willis guide of all tech info I've watched from all of you, I have to admit this is some of the best commentary I've ever heard from you. It reminds us all you're just regular guys. Thank you. No problem.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Salute.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, man. Hey, that's actually one of the things like Travis was talking about, commenting and make sure that you respond to your comment sections and stuff. We got to do it while we can. We're all in this position right now.
I was going to say how
we can still do this because
at what point are we going to have to say we can't anymore? Because I know there was one point where Marquez, for example, which give me an example because he's one of the biggest, he would comment he would respond and get interactive in comments for the first hour.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it went down to 45 minutes, then a half hour, and then he stopped because it just became such a dumpster fire.
Well, so I can give you an idea. So a guy that I look up a lot to, the Everyday Dad.
I'm about to think of
Yeah, 40,000 subscribers. He just said this week that he's only going to do the first hour? What was it?
First hour,
yeah, which is crazy because he's at 40,000, which is a good. Listen, I'd love to be 40,000, but it's not as big as you might think to be at that point. Like that's actually kind of crazy to me that at 40,000 already he's overwhelmed. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Now, because I see it like when not like on the video today or even the last one, but say the Blue Dio videos and the comparison videos where I was raking in like 800 comments in the first 2 days. It's like, and because I'm about answering those questions, it's like, dude, I was spending so much time answering those and answering those. I'm like, I'd go do my job, go do a repair, and then I'd stop and I'd sit there for like 10, 15 minutes answering questions and then move to the next thing. And next thing I know, look at the notifications again, and there's another 20 comments. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I do the new ones. And I know now, I didn't know this before, but I know now that some of the times ones below the fold are getting responded to, and I just don't even know about it. So I recently went down, I was just scrolling down, and I noticed there was a bunch that I hadn't replied to because I didn't know they were even there. So I wasn't replying to them. No, well, I can, but I didn't for this because I was on my phone. So when I was doing it, I was like, okay, crap. So actually there's stuff going below the fold. And then I just, even though I'm not like huge, when I post something, I actually do get a lot of engagement, which I'm super happy about. But when when it starts to scroll down, I just kind of said, at some point I got to stop because because some people, not all people, some people want like too much of your time and they want to be contrarian. I don't care about the people that are positive. I have like 2 or 3 guys that watch my videos. I have no idea why they do, because all they want to be is a contrarian. Like all they want to do is say the opposite of what I said. I'm like, why do you watch my videos? I don't even understand.
Yeah. So I had a guy tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about, yet he can't stop watching my videos. I'm like,
what's that about?
When I did the Fortnite one that blew up, you guys know, because it was the day of, right? I literally had questions. So how do I do this? The video is 3 minutes long. I actually replied like this. The video is 3 minutes long. Please go watch it. Oh, okay, I'll do that. So what did they do? Did they click on it? They put the comment?
Hey, like I said, just like Ruski Tech said in the comment section, we love the fact that people comment on our videos. But there's a lot of people who will just comment but not watch the video, because I will literally answer the questions that they have asked.
In the video,
but they didn't watch it. And sometimes I feel like being like an a-hole, right? And just like John Prosper had said, stop answering questions in the morning. So I realized that I was more of an a-hole in the morning. So I said, no, I need to wake up, let me get my coffee in me, and then I'll be more positive, and then I answer their questions very concisely. And because it's like, dude, they'll ask me something like, even the video where I said, hey, and don't go in the comment section asking me if the T6 is better than the UFO, because it's not. And people were literally asking me that exact question.
Have you guys ever done research to answer a question? Have you guys ever done that far? I have
a little bit. But here's the thing. Sometimes I kind of get upset by that. I'm like, I'm Googling it. You could have Googled it.
Yeah.
Like that kind of upsets me. The one thing that I think is funny that I get a lot of, and sometimes I send them to Jeff. This is not a lie. I sometimes send people to Jeff because they'll ask me about, like, well, for one thing, they'll ask me like, well, what about this headphone or this headphone? I'm like, you gotta go to Jeff for that. But I get a lot of stuff about like, well, what about this aspect of this product? I don't have that product anymore, and I haven't for months, so I don't know the answer. So I send them to Jeff too. I'm like, I don't know about that one either. You gotta go to Jeff.
Yeah, they'll hit me up, man. They'll hit me up and they're like, hey, Travis sent me over here. I'm like, oh, okay. The one I got the other day was where were we? We were in a live, was it a live stream or where I forgot where we were, but somebody was like, oh yeah, man, you and Travis, man, you guys are my favorite YouTubers. I was like shocked. I was like, what, for real? That's I think it was in a live stream somewhere. I was live streaming. Oh, I wasn't on the live stream. I was in the chat and somebody was mentioning it. And
nice.
Oh, no, wait, sorry. Now I just remembered. Sunday morning, Antoine, Just Doing Life, was doing a live stream at like 7 a.m. our time. Yeah. So there was people in the comments and they were like, oh, hey, it's El Jefe. What's up, man? Hey, man, you and Travis, man, love you guys. And, he even had given you a quick shout out in one of his videos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. He did?
Yeah, just a quick shout out. He was was cracking up because he was saying how in your UFO video, how you had said that Studio had taken the headphone jack out of headphones.
Well, that's what he said in the comment section. I didn't know he put that in the video. I should watch
he
that.
put it in the video.
Funny. That's awesome. Yeah, it is weird to watch people who you've watched for months or even years, and they kind of know who you are now, and then they comment on you. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like it's strange now. Like, you know, meeting Flossie, talking to Flossie for the first time. You know, Roberto Blake is just now a guy that I seem to know, which is really weird. I mean, I'm kind of over it now, but it's really kind of strange to go, yeah, Roberto, it's Roberto. And you know, all these other people that like now are kind of almost peers. And it's legit. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool,
man. No, that's the truth, man. It's what's kind of cool about the whole situation, especially with Viper bringing in, you know, the larger channels. And the cool thing about it is, you know, as smaller creators, which we have a lot of creators in the chat who are also, you know, considered to be smaller creators, that we tend to think of them as larger than life because of these high subscriber counts. But man, they're just regular people. You know what I mean? And they come in, they hang with the boys, and you know, we all get down and chat and stuff, and it puts everybody on an even playing field, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. We all started from zero. Like I used to watch like This Is Tech Today, Brandon's channel. I used to watch him all the time, and then one day he wrote an essay on one of my like he does like a comment, right? It was about the Google. It was my rant. I think it was my accountability rant that I did, which really took off. And he wrote a good question essay thing, and then we start going back and forth. And then now he's like, I don't want to say he's one of us, but do you know what I mean? Like he's like, you know, he's like one of the crew now, kind of thing, right?
John's my friend. John is so weird now because I really do consider him a friend. Like I really legitimately consider him a friend. As a guy that I didn't know really anything about, and then very quickly we started to be on the opposite sides of an argument, and then very quickly after that, we became very friendly, and I consider him like my dude. And I don't even see him as a 100K channel. Like I will celebrate him for doing the work like that. I'm celebrating him, but he's my dude. Basically, that's my dude. He's not this superstar. He's probably gonna hate that. He's not this big superstar to me. He's just my dude. So, so John is legit.
No, he really is our friend, and that's based on the fact that, you know, he doesn't know me on a personal level, but the time and his actions have proven that he's a friend to me. So that's how I see it. So,
yeah, and a lot of people don't understand him, and I understand. A lot of people don't understand him, and that's a shame. But here's the thing. I know in my entire life, I've always the guy at high school that was friends with everybody. So because of that, a lot of my friends didn't like each other. So this is a thing, and I'm used to it right now. Like even on Twitter, I'm kind of in the middle, and I know that there's people on both sides who don't like each other. And to me, it is what it is. As long as they're not saying stuff that's completely disrespectful in my eye, in my face, I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna stay out of it. But as soon as someone kind of goes overboard, you know, I'll step in and say, listen, I would defend you, so I'm going to defend my other guy, you know. Exactly. I just like to stay out of the shenanigans if I can.
Yeah, man, I'm not about that. I'm not about all that drama and all that stuff, man. I just, you know, I'm here to do my thing. You know, you guys know, man, I support creators, whether, you know, they're part of our crew or Team Unfiltered or even our immediate creator group. I mean, people outside, you know, man, you guys see it, man. You'll catch me in people's, you know, comment sections or retweeting their videos and stuff. And so I'm all about that, man. I'm not trying to be a part of the negativity, man. There's enough of that. So, you know, I'm just trying to keep things chill and help people move up, man. Cause I can't wait. Like, that's my main thing. Like I see myself in a few years having, you know, a much larger following and a much larger channel and doing, you know, not shout outs, but doing, you know, recommendations for smaller creators and stuff, man. I can't wait to get to that level, man.
I'll tell you, one of the funnest things I ever did was on a live stream on a Saturday. You got two different channels over 100. They both had like 92 subscribers. Fun, oh my God, it was so much fun. We were pushing. We were like, go, let's get him. I still have it. You know, it's unlisted, but that to me is still one of my favorite kind of things I did was that we got enough people together. We got both these creators over 100. You were there, Jeff, right?
Yeah. That was for Curious GTV and for our boy Angel, Couple Tech.
Yeah. That was so much fun.
We got them both over 100 on the same day. That was dope.
So awesome,
Couple Tech's a good channel.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Jeff, you can do that now. I mean, I kind of did that for Rookie Tech and Truthful Tech. They were like right at the cusp of 100. I'm like, y'all need to go check these dudes out, get stuff, and they both got over 100. So.
Yeah, I did it for Sarah and Z.
Yo, Sarah, cool.
Yeah, she's super cool. And I did and of course at the end of my haters video as well, I did that whole thing. And Yeah, when we get to the point where it's, you know, it's big time and we doing big numbers or whatever, I think it'll be a lot more fun. I like those videos. I saw this one. I think it's kind of excessive, but I saw this one and it was kind of tear jerker. This one streamer guy who was like giving a Twitch guy like $10,000 at a time. You seen those videos? That one dude, like there's a dude who like goes into random people's Twitch streams and like gives them like $5,000 and $10,000 at a time. It is nuts. It's nuts to watch, but he can afford to do it because you watch like all those videos are like 2 to 3 to 4 million views each. So you know the dude's making bank. So he'll just go in there and he'll just give him like, I think he gave this one guy like $15,000 over like 4 or 5 different little blobs. And you can see the guy crying and stuff. And it's like, wow, this is breathtaking. But I mean, that's cool and everything, but I would rather do it in a different way where it's not just money. Like it's something kind of someone's working for. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about something else real quick. So
yeah.
We all want to get to a level where we can help out smaller creators, but then you have other people in the space that like kind of the way they come across, they kind of look down at creators who may get like a shout out or a mention from a bigger creator as far as helping their channel grow. Like some people like be like, oh, I got to where I am today and I got no help, blah 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 blah. And it's not like they're intentionally trying to bash people that did get a shout out, but it kind of comes across that way. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, dude, why do you even care? Like if people get shout outs, like what does that have to do with you? Like
yeah, well, I get it.
Sorry, go ahead, Travis. No, go ahead. Okay. I'll go ahead. I think there's a difference between getting a shout out and having a channel that has legitimate authority and then people look up to and getting your channel recommended. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I mean,
well, some people they wanted the thing though.
Yeah,
I think that's a little too easy, Viper. I think it's almost in a way people saying, "Well, this is clickbait." No, it's not. It's getting you to click, and the information is real. Do you want to? It's click. I can't remember the word we use. Not clickbait, but click. What's the word I'm thinking of, Jeff?
Clickworthy.
Clickworthy. Yeah. Right. So there's a difference between there's a shout out where someone says, "Go check this channel out," and a bunch of people do, and then there's Creator of Awesomeness where someone says, "You know what? Hey, there's this really great channel, and this is what this person's doing, and they're very similar to me, and here's some reasons why you should go check them out, and I think they're worthy of your time." That's different, you know. And I'm not saying because the person took more time to give a profile, but there's a complete difference. Shout outs don't work. People will gain that momentary of subs, and then it'll drop off. Yeah, because I had it happen to me almost a year ago, last June, with a couple channels. Bigger creators that I know that I still talk to and everything like that, and they gave me shout outs, and I didn't ask for the shout outs, and they did it. These people came over and it dropped off within a couple months, right? I saw the decline.
And to be clear, like, because I remember before I was a creator, I was thinking, how can shout outs even work? And now that I've kind of been a part of it, I understand how they work now. And really, all a shout out is an opportunity. It's basically the same thing as if the algorithm gave you a shot, which it sometimes does. It's very pinpointed, and it only works in certain circumstances. Number one, the timing has to be right. Like you have to be ready for it. Number two, the shout out has to come from a channel that's similar enough to yours that the people are going to care. And if it's not, then it means nothing. And number three, if you can't double down on it, what'll end up happening is you'll get like a couple groups of people. You'll get some people that are coming that like you and will stay. You'll get some people that are coming just because they were told to come, and those people are going to fall off within the first 2 weeks. And then you have people that'll come and then forget about you, and they're nothing. So if you're not similar enough to the bigger channel, then most of it's going to go to waste.
Yeah. No, that's what it comes down to, man. And I get what you're coming from too. Where Viper, the question, you know, of some people see the shout outs or they see the value in doing it by themselves and stuff. And I get it because you feel more that it's self-made. You know, you did it on your own. And here's the thing. But in my personal experience, I mind you, just Creator of Awesomeness aside, I'm not writing it off. But just aside from this, I spent a year pretty much doing this by myself. And once I started interacting with you guys, once we started getting together with creators, having our rapport, helping each other out, my growth just blew up. because I had people to bounce ideas off of and to learn from each other. So, you know, I think there's something to be said for doing it yourself. So I think there's also something to be said for having your people, your fellow creators having your back and you having their back, and everybody sharing information to also that we all elevate together. You know, because JD put it best that all ships rise with the tide. So all of us are growing and we're growing together. So, and even then, I got the Creator of Awesomeness just like everybody else here did. And I think I gained something like just under 600 subs, you know, over a weekend. But aside from that, you know, I've maintained my growth, you know, since then. You know, I'm still gaining them on my own. It isn't like, you know, John's not shouting me out every single week. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're learning, we're making this happen, but, you know, doing it yourself is one thing. But doing it with a community of creators, having your back and you having their back, I think more people need to get in on that.
It's networking. It really is what it is.
That's what it comes down to.
If you don't quite understand what I mean by networking, it's just getting to know the people within your community. So the tech niche community, I guess, is what it is. It's more than just tweeting and liking stuff. Okay, it's more than that. It's getting involved in the conversation, maybe sending a DM to that person and asking for advice. You have to be genuine. I can't tell you what to do, but when it comes from somebody and it's genuine, it's genuine. Like, for example, Rusky Tech. Okay, right? Genuine, right? But Jeff, you and I know there's a couple of people that you and I have discussed, and we're not going to name names, that have, you know, try to, you know, come and it seems that doesn't seem real. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just looking for the handout. So like last year when I had that shout out from Kimberly, so her channel is focused on pop sockets, lifestyle, makeup, and everything like that. She did it. She gave me a shout out saying, "Hey, my friend Zach has the new iPhones," and she showed part of my video where I'm like holding the iPhone. Well, at the time we called it the iPhone 8 and it being the 10, right? And there was like 60 or 70 people that came over, and then they left within I think within a month. I watched it dwindle down. Like there was still some growth, but I could see them all go away, but it didn't make sense, right? Because her channel is pop sockets and lifestyle stuff. And yes, she's getting the iPhone 8 or iPhone 10, just like the rest of them. But that in that case, a shout out didn't work. Now, if she did more of a profile of me, who knows what would happen? But there's the difference right there with Creator of Awesomeness. Front Page Tech is tech niche and everything like that, and related and the community and everything. So it all kind of works. But there's nothing wrong with getting a recommendation or networking or reaching out. Look what Viper does every Friday, right? There's nothing wrong with that. The guy's vocal about it and he's fun to watch and everything. And then he's got, you know, freaking Flossie Carter on there and Roberto Blake going, you know, nuts and everything. And it's just, right? Is there anything wrong with that? No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's networking.
Yeah, with what John does though, you know, it's what a lot of people underestimate it too, is the fact that it's a full-on endorsement, you know, where like, he likes your channel, he likes your content, and he's putting his name behind it and saying, I like this dude, I like what he's doing, and you guys should check him out. It's worth your time. And not only that, you know, I think, I don't know if it was Travis or who said it, but you have to double down on that, you know, right? If you get that, you got to bring it. And, you know, that's, you know, when that happened to me, I knew immediately I need to start knocking out these videos right now, because you have to take advantage of an opportunity like that. So, but yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like it's just weird to like the way some people talk about it. It's almost like they thumb their nose at people that get like endorsements or shout outs or anything like that. Man, the way I see it is like, listen, man, I was chugging along. I just started doing YouTube in January. I was chugging along for 4 or 5 months, just cranking out my content, doing my thing. And then John featured me in Creator of Awesomeness. My thing is, whether I did it with or without the Creator of Awesomeness, I was gonna do what I was gonna do anyway. But the fact that I did get the Creator of Awesomeness means that I was on the right track because someone was noticing my content. I mean, so my thing is like, if you do get a shout out or you do get an endorsement, that means that you're doing something right because people are noticing what you're doing and they're liking it and appreciating what you're doing. So it's not a bad thing if you're getting a shout out or an endorsement. It just means that people are noticing you more or less.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
But you know how people are. Some people want to thumb their nose up and make it seem like it's negative and whatever.
I have a feeling you're referring to a particular person on Twitter from a
yes,
couple weeks
I
ago.
am. I absolutely am.
Hey, but I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's gonna be what it is. People don't like it. Not everybody's gonna like it, and you know, when people are doing big things, John is doing things that I can't even fathom.
Right.
But you know, if you're making moves, people are always going to come out of nowhere and say stuff.
There's nothing wrong, like we said, but there's nothing wrong with an endorsement as long as it's properly done and it makes sense for the community at large and everything like that. Just like I think it was technically T that put up on Twitter the other day saying, I think he either said I'm not proud or I'm not afraid to say that I'm on a plan, whatever, for his Note 9.
Yeah,
so what?
I'm a good one. I talked about it
extensively.
Yeah.
Who cares? Okay, so
I told him why I'm always on a plan.
My guess is somebody must have been hating on him, saying, you know, or saying that they didn't buy the phone outright.
Does it make it more whatever? If you like your plan and your provider, why wouldn't you, right? So, for example, this Note was purchased outright. I'm going to be returning it, taking it back to the Bell store where I got it. And I'm hoping they can just flip it over, and I'm going to re-sign my 2-year contract and trade in a phone. And in the end, with bill credits and everything, this is going to cost me about $450 rather than $13.99. Am I insane? No, that's smart. It's money.
Yo, man, listen,
right?
man. I am not MKBHD. I can't walk into a Tesla dealership and throw money on the table and be like, give me that Tesla. Of course, my Note 9 is on a plan. What do I look like here? I am poor.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought everyone was on a plan. What are you talking about?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that. So, I mean, and I brought in the 512 because I was going to do a comparison originally within, like I told you guys at the top of this whole thing here, that it doesn't fit with what I'm going to do. So I'm literally just going to seal up the box and fire it back. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with signing a plan and going out for payments. It doesn't speak to your character, I think that at all. It just means you're smart with your money.
99% of people who aren't like on Metro or Cricket, anybody who's like on T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, it's on a payment plan. I freaking guarantee you that they're not crapping out $1,000 for that latest iPhone or the newest Samsung. No way. They're not doing that. So I mean,
the night when the iPhone goes up, everybody will be on the AT&T sites or whatever and reserving that way. There's going to be a handful of people that'll be. I'm not just going to say handful, but I mean,
look, technical T said it just says right. Nobody got time for that. Exactly.
But it was technically T, was it not? I think it was his tweet. I think it was. Was it your tweet?
Yeah, he did. It was a tweet, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, hell no.
Yeah. Just be smart with your money, right?
Look at me, man. Look at me. I'm still on the S8 Plus, man. That's how I roll. So.
Look at me. I'm returning a $7,000 MacBook Pro that I could probably use, but I mean, I've just realized that over there was an impulse, stupid decision, and it didn't work out. The thing sounds like a jetliner taking off. So when the box arrives here on Thursday, Friday, I'm just gonna turn around and contact.
I adapt to the change of times, man. I used to be able to. I've never bought a phone outright personally. Well, I shouldn't say never, but I don't usually buy phones outright. When the carriers used to have 2-year deals, I used to buy them at subsidized pricing. But since we don't have that option anymore, and they implemented to buy payment plans, I'm just taking advantage of what the carriers are offering me. They're offering me to buy payment plans. I'm a tech dude. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah, they're making the Note 9 so tempting for me right now because they're talking about half off, like 50% off on T-Mobile. They're like, come on, El Jefe, get that Note 9, baby.
Wait till the iPhone is announced. Wait till 3 days after that, and you'll see the price slashed even more, and then you'll want to grab it, Jeff.
Yeah. I'm just holding off, man. I'm trying to hang on to this as long as I can, but this battery life is. Oh man, like I was saying earlier, I said it in Zach's chat, man. So I recorded 3 videos worth of A-roll yesterday. Mm-hmm. And so when I start off, I always make sure when I start my recording, my phone's at 100%. I recorded for 30 minutes solid, right? So I was talking and then pausing it and talking and then pausing and talking and pausing it. By the time I got done with 30 minutes, my phone was at 58%. Oh, like holy crap, we're talking 1080.
You don't leave it plugged in when you're doing that?
What's up?
You don't leave it plugged in when you're doing that?
No, dude, the phone gets stupid hot if I leave it plugged in. Yeah, man.
So, John, you're welcome, John. Hey, John, if you want to join us, man, you're more than welcome. You're done. You done uploaded your video. So you don't really have any excuse. you don't have an excuse. Your video's uploaded, so if you want to hop in, let me know, bro. But
True story.
Jeff, are you recording in 1080 or 4?
No, dude. I record in 1080 at 60 because
Wow, I'm surprised it's dying that
4K
quickly.
on my phone is it gets either one, it gets really hot. It's time limited on 4K, and
yep.
for
Are you
whatever
doing 1080 30 frames or 60?
60, but
Yeah.
the 4K, man, like it doesn't look that great on the S8 Plus. It can do it, but it doesn't look that good because if you look at so I tried 4K for my B-roll on this video that I just put out, the TrebLab one.
Okay.
And it doesn't look as good as when I do it in 1080.
Huh.
So I was like, what in the hell?
I need to
I
watch
didn't
your video
even-
from today.
Yeah, I didn't even know your videos were in 1080 60. I don't know why I'm having problems with that. Like, I never noticed when things are in 60. I wonder if it's because of how I
It
watch
just
stuff.
didn't look right, dude. I even tried it I tried it with just a regular stock app, and then I also did some of the B-roll in 4K using Filmic Pro, and it just, dude, I don't know if it's the lens on the S8 Plus or what the deal is, but yeah, 4K on it, it's not that crisp.
You
man.
and
The
Dean
1080
Nimmin need to
better.
collab and do something.
Yeah, they're going to. I think.
Yeah, we're going to. We got something coming.
Yo, but real
can't
talk. Shout out to you 4K warriors. Y'all got a lot of damn patience. I don't have that much patience, man.
That's right.
Oh,
It takes me 15 minutes to render a 6-minute 1080p file. I ain't gonna be walking around.
Exactly.
You're
Ain't no
using
way,
using
bro.
HitFilm though, right, Travis?
And
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
fucking-
that. Like that's what I use forever as well. 4K HitFilm is what killed my laptop, my Asus, with the 4K. Remember that? Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I finally sold it last weekend. I sold it along with an external monitor, an extra power supply for $1,600. I originally bought it for $21. And the guy actually gets warranty until next December, so 2019.
Wow.
So the
I
warranty
can
actually
edit out 4K on my rig can handle 4K no problem, man. It's
Mine can't.
It's my camera. It's my camera. They can, or my phone. They can't handle filming in 4K because I can edit out the 4K no problem.
Technically,
man. I can knock that out.
T's talking about CJ. CJ be talking about that crispy life, so I totally get it, man. I totally get it. Technically, T. I see you play out.
That's all good and well, but I don't have half a day to be waiting for that crispy, like, bro, like 6 hours or something. Like, no.
I've
Then
set
you
up
gotta
this
upload
camera
it.
here. Whoop.
Then you got to upload a 4K file too. You gotta
Oh
make
yeah,
your
I'm not trying
internet is
to.
on point, man. Your
No.
uploads.
I've set up this camera so many times at 1080, and it doesn't look nearly as good when I do 4K on it. So I'm not saying I have to, but it just looks better. So, it's right in my face. Whoops!
Man, yeah.
Look at that beauty.
I'm gonna stay in 1080p land where my file upload take like 5 minutes, 10 minutes top, then I'll go about my business.
Yeah, I'm there for now. I mean, like 60% of my viewers are on mobile, so I'm like, that's fine. I get it. I'm not hating on 4K. Listen, I love to watch my TV in 4K. I got a OLED and everything, so I'm good. But
When I do my slow,
Oh, you're
when I
fan.
do my B-roll shots on here, I do them on here at 120 frames. That's 1080, and then obviously I up it to 4K because that's what I'm uploading as, right? And that's the only way I can get a smooth slider shot because I don't have a manual. Like it's by hand, right? And so I don't want the stuttering, so I just quickly with my hand, like this speed. But then when it comes out at 30 frames, it looks. Do you know what I mean? It looks smooth, right? So that's the only way I can really do it with this guy right here. Roberto did a video recently on it about setting up to 120 frames and way you go, right? So
yeah, I mean, someday I'll go to 4K once the rest of the stuff makes sense. I see everyone talking about the 4K life. Once they go, you can't go back. Hey, look, I'm not hating. Go ahead and upload it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it in 4K. You don't have to worry about that. I'll watch you in 4K.
Good.
and in case you guys are wondering, that's an A6500 with a Sigma 1.4 60 mil lens, and then this is a separate monitor. And this
He's doing that camera talk again. You losing me.
I'm just talking about the model numbers, and then that's the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. This is the new one, the new one. And tell you the truth, I'm not too impressed with the audio pickup on this compared to like even the small little Rode that I have. So I might actually switch back. So
Nice.
it's fun.
I
heavy.
had my second lav mic die on me, man. So I ended up investing in Boya. So I invested a whopping $20 and got the better of the lav mics. So
Which one? Did you get the Rode?
No, I got the Boya mic.
Yeah, that's the same one everybody has.
So, because I was using even cheaper than that, dude. I was running these $10.
So you got the
$10 labs.
you got the Boya with like the ridiculously long cord. It's like
Yeah.
like It's
Yeah,
like
I think-
30
Well, mine's long.
with her.
Mine have 3 different size. My live has 3 different sizes. You just attach whichever you need, and my long one is the one I use all the time. It's probably like 10 feet.
What are you using though?
I don't know. Something that's like out of stock now. It was like $15.
Yeah.
People seem to like it though.
Yeah.
The last one, the first one got ruined by water, and then the second one,
Oh.
for some reason, I started noticing in like 2 of my videos that I was getting all these weird, crazy pops everywhere. So I was like, "What the hell's going on, man?" And then so I got rid of that one and got the Boya one. I used that for the last 2 videos, and everything seems smooth now. So just roll with that for now.
I'll tell you guys,
man, I'm on that budget. I'm on that budget gear.
this
Budget
light from
life.
our buddy Dop is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that on right. That's a light that's right here right now.
Is that what you're using?
Yeah.
I'm finding the battery power on this is so much better. And I love the fact that you can change the temperature and the
Yeah.
brightness and everything. It's just
Yeah, I found out there was some. I watched some video on lighting from some kid who set up 2 of these Viltrox lights with 2 silver reflective umbrellas to show how to do lighting and stuff. And that's when I ended up picking it up. So I got the batteries with it, but I also got the plug adapter. And
My,
I think I just broke my retina.
My
it works well though.
my lighting is thanks to Paulie G.
That's right.
Mhm.
You got the soft boxes, right?
Oh, watch
No,
out now.
no.
Prosser incoming. A Prosser up here.
I bought the same one. Check it out.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's my
like
dude.
it.
What's up, bro?
I
A
wasn't
Prosser
gonna-
up here.
Then Viper messaged me and was like, you wanna, and I was like,
Right.
yeah,
I kind of do.
You can't say no to Viper, man.
I can't.
He just likes to live stream and that he doesn't do anymore.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man.
Viper's my excuse. What's up, guys?
Just kidding.
You
Up
know,
there.
we're just chilling, man.
I
We
was
need
trying to just that's like one of my crazy life struggles is trying to watch Viper streams without getting on them.
Like
I'm getting better at it. Last week I held on and I didn't jump on the stream. Sometimes I feel guilty. I feel like I take away
so
the,
listen, I don't like
attention.
sometimes like I don't like asking you all the time because I don't want to feel like I'm like bothering you all the time. So sometimes I'll leave you alone. But I thought you out there watching. I feel, yeah, I'll try to get him in. Like,
Nah, you never bother me, dude.
but yeah, I'm
I
not
feel
gonna.
like I take the attention away if I jump on, and I don't like that.
No, how did you take the attention away? Though?
Ah, man.
Well, the first few streams when I would hop on Friday Night Viper, it was like people asking me questions, and especially like if we get some of the bigger guys in here, I feel like we start taking the Friday Night Viper away from Viper.
Dude, I go off on my tangent for like the first half an hour to hour of the stream, man.
I feel like towards hour 7. I feel like towards hour 7, the bigger guys we start to use this as boys' night
Yeah.
Which is
on
cool.
a place where not everyone will listen to us say horrible things. And I
The
just
only-
I always want to remind people that it's Friday Night Viper, and I don't want to take that away. I feel guilty.
the only thing that I feel bad about sometimes is that sometimes we do get away from the chat. That's the only thing I feel bad about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Other
yeah,
than
that
that-
happens.
I
Other
try to
than
hang
that, I
out
don't
in there,
care.
man. That's why I lurk in the chat a lot on the Friday Night Vipers and just try to make sure that we keep the chat interaction. At the very least, people come pop in and pop out. I'm saying hi to them, answering questions or whatever comes up, and at least try to keep that chat interaction going, especially if I'm not in the stream. So
For example, we have a request right now for Edgar.
I'm about to say, John.
Speaking of, dude, no joke, he's climbing up my leg right now.
Yo,
He learned that he can get on my lap on his own. He grabs on with his claws and just like climbs up, and that's what he just did.
the people want to
Edgar.
see the kitty, man. They want to see the kitty.
It's getting
oh, there
big.
he is.
He's getting big.
What are you feeding him, man?
Just a wee little guy. Dude, he eats everything. He won't for a second he was like real nervous and he wouldn't I'm keeping him here in the office because he'll get lost if he leaves this room.
Yeah.
So I've been keeping him isolated here. He has a bunch of toys and playpens, and it's my whole office is a wreck right now. But I gave him food, and he was like, I don't know what that is. I don't want that. And so he was just kind of starving. So I got little, Go-Gurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sell. It's disgusting, by the way. but like they sell like pureed tuna for kittens in those like Go-Gurt
gross.
tubes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Terrible.
And I was like, oh, he'll probably love this. I put it on his food. I put like a little drop on his food, and he's licked it. And he's like, this is delicious. And then he's like, wait, I can eat the stuff under it too, and figured out he can eat dry food. And that's all he does now.
Just eats.
He just eats. Like anytime he looks at it, it's like he gets a reminder that that's food and he can eat it, so he does it.
Does he sleep with you at night?
Yeah.
It was funny when you were in the Taylor Swift stream the other day, and you're like, "Oh, my cat took a poop, gotta go."
Dude, he's trying so hard to learn how to be a cat, but yeah, he pooped on himself. I'm just like,
man.
dude, no. So he's better now, but like for the first night, or actually for the first 2 nights, I slept in here with him on the floor, so he wasn't alone, and like for his first couple nights, and he wasn't. It was cute that way, and he's better now, but for a while. He knew as a cat his instincts were to poop and cover up the poop. But what he was doing was pooping and then stomping it into the litter instead of covering it up. So his whole leg just had shit on it.
Oh man. The trials and tribulations of parenthood, right?
I know. And so I kept having to give him a bath. And so his fur was always like perfectly clean. So he just walked around as this big puff ball. If he wouldn't shit on himself, he wouldn't have this problem.
That's
When he
right.
sleeps with you, is he down by your feet, up by your head?
On my chest.
Yeah, mine sleeps on my head. It's the weirdest
And
thing.
I can't sleep on my back, but I've had to because I know I'll roll over on him.
Oh.
So
Crush his little body.
What led to you getting Edgar?
I have a problem saying no, and we had to put my dog Faith down a few months ago. So I've been like looking for an excuse for another pet. I have 3 now again. I have my dog, and I have Batcat, and this guy.
Does
And
Batcat get along with Edgar?
no, Batcat hates him. Batcat has been looking for any reason to get in this office and shit in his litter box to like get her scent on it and ruin all the progress I've made.
Yep.
But yeah, they'll be fine. My dog loves him. He hates the dog because he's like, you're big and you're breathing in my face, and I don't know what kind of creature you are, so please stay away. But it's great. He's from a trio. There was 3 kittens: Edgar, Allan, and Poe.
Ah.
Of course.
It took everything in me not to take all 3 of them.
Were they all black?
Yep.
Oh.
If you can see, he has like a
matter.
little. Let go of me. He has a little, like a little white patch under his neck. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but he's all black and he has like a little bow tie under his neck.
Oh,
It's adorable.
I want to get one now.
Edgar or Alan and Poe are still here, or not with me, but they haven't been taken yet. I don't think. Well, you decide what you want.
Do that thing with the box of cats, and you can just deliver it up to me. Your business?
I'll poke holes in the box, yeah, and hope for the best. Just ship to kittens.
for a second there, I didn't realize that was the cat, not your chair.
Yeah, that was the cat.
Climbing up, man.
Pure black. Can't see anything.
Black cats matter.
That's right.
So I haven't had a chance to watch the episode yet, obviously, but
Yeah.
John, what about these iPhone names, man? What's going on? What the hell's happening here?
I mean, let's be honest. We've been confused this whole time, wondering what they were going to name it. And it just turns out so are they. They're apparently leaning. They're apparently leaning more towards XS, but like they know that's a problem because if you put a letter next to a Roman numeral, it doesn't work that way. They're gonna say both letters.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're not going to call it the 10S. They're going to call it the XS.
Yep.
And they are toying with the idea, and this one I don't get, of getting rid of Plus, like keeping the bigger phone, but not calling it the Plus model.
There were some thought that it might be called the XL.
What awful.
Could be.
And I was like, I mean, they're in a tough position because internally. The iPhone 10 Plus is like the D33 or something. And internally, they consider this an S year. Like this, they're just incremental updates. There's no real physical changes, but they dropped the S line last year. They went from the 7 to the 8.
Yeah.
And so they kind of like made this really awful bed, and now they're laying in it. They could name it the 10S, and that's fine, but we know they can't name it 9 and 11.
Yeah.
No.
No one in their right mind would walk on stage on September 12th of all days and be like, "Yeah, new phones are 9 and 11."
Nope.
That's why I'm thinking that they won't call this one the 9. And the reason I say that is
They'll
because
call that the 9. They just won't call the other one 11.
I just, yeah.
The and I explained this in the episode too. They're gonna have trouble with that phone too because they can't name it anything that sounds watered down. They could literally wreck the sales of this phone if they named it wrong. If they name it iPhone Lite or something that sounds cheap, it's gonna kill.
Nope.
Yeah, it's gonna kill sales.
They
that's
might as well
a-
just
that's
call
an
it the
addition.
iPhone. The iPhone.
Yeah, that's what makes sense to me. I think we should keep the iPhone 10 and the iPhone.
Yeah.
No iPhone P, huh? For peasant edition.
The PE.
PE. Yeah, I think it's going to be iPhone 9, but I'm worried about like they can't win with the other one. Like there's nothing that they can name it that we're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's all bad.
Yep.
Like Drew always says, Apple naming convention, naming schemes, they never make sense.
They
ever.
really messed it up last year.
See,
Really bad.
we have 3 other manufacturers at my company. They're brand manufacturer that have told us. So I shared that image that was shared around. I think it was yesterday, whatever, and I shared that within our company. And then one of our brand managers came back to me and said, "Hey, that's what we've heard from this brand, this brand, and this brand. 3 very reliable brands." But then my sales manager
But
went.
the case brands, they don't know.
Hold on. Then our sales manager went and talked to our Apple people, and all he said was they wouldn't say anything, but they kind of snickered. So that just kind of tells me right there that it's not right.
Well, he probably snickered because joke's on you, dude. They don't fucking know.
They don't know,
Yeah.
right?
I don't think they know either. Yeah. So
We're 2 weeks away from the event. Can you imagine? They're like, dude, we got to make these boxes to put these phones in. What do the boxes say?
I bet you the boxes and everything are already made. That like literally they just have the spots just to print the names.
Well,
They
like someone told me on Twitter, like they have to know the name because they've already started manufacturing the phone.
No.
It's like, go ahead and look at the last couple iPhones. It just says iPhone on the back.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
print it.
Yeah.
iPhone Air.
That's funny.
So the last time we live streamed, we were talking about the Galaxy S10 that coming next
The
year.
Beatles versus Michael Jackson.
No, not that. we were talking about the Galaxy S10 and how there could be 3 versions coming next year. And
Yep.
you and Zach were at odds about how
No,
many
we're not
rounds-
at odds. I think we're on the same track. I just think we just worded it this differently.
Well,
I've always
Zach, you thought that only one of them could have an in-display fingerprint
No.
sensor, and John-
No. I've always believed that there's going to be 3, and so is John. I've always believed that there's going to be a souped-up plus model 6.5, 6.4 inches with the in-display and everything like that, and that there will be a single, I don't know if you want to call it peasant version, dumbed-down version that will not have an in-display. It'll have it typically on the back, so it's lower priced for people that are not. I'm not saying that people aren't ready for in-display, but don't want to pay.
Well, it's looking like
it's looking like all of them are.
three.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Into they're all gonna have in-display fingerprint sensor.
But apparently the lower price one will be an optical, which is what the Vivo uses.
That would be an
And-
absolute mistake.
And well, this is just what I read today. Apparently, the lower price one will be an optical for lower price, and then the higher price ones will use what's the technology that Samsung's using?
ultrasonic.
I know Brandon knows.
That'd be
Huh?
a total mess. Because then they're gonna have to run a different fork of Samsung's own software on the other version.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It'll be weird. But it's
Like-
called ultrasonic though. Which
Ultrasonic. That's what it is. Ultrasonic. I keep on forgetting the
And
name,
they're
but
gonna
yeah,
run
ultrasonic. So it should be fun.
Yeah, I mean, next year is a big year for Samsung. It's gonna do very, very well. And this year is gonna be a huge year for Apple.
Yep.
And the tragedy is that every Android OEM made it easy for them this year. Didn't even
everyone.
put up a fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even
I mean,
Pixel.
the S9 flopped. Looks like the Note 9 is not going to do as bad as the S9. But like now we have one phone that's given Apple a run for their money. One
Yep.
out of how many Android phones that were released this year?
Unless that John Prosser mythical unicorn is still out there
Dude.
that we don't know.
Dude, that's the best part. If Google does release a third phone, we're gonna go, ooh, awesome, and then no one's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any phone that Google could make that we would buy. Like, it's just, even if they make a really good phone, their actual marketing strategy and getting that phone out there, their ability to do that is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was at a dealer today, they have all the dealers up here in Canada. They all, and maybe it might be the same down in the United States. They all have like a Pixel display, right? And there'll be like a speaker there, a mini, and then like the two phones, right? And again, I asked the dealers this every time when I go in, whether there's someone I see on a regular basis or not. What are your top 3 phones? What's selling? iPhone 8 or 8 Plus, Samsung, and usually another iPhone. Okay. What about these Pixels? People don't really look at them. I mean, they recognize the name. That's the typical response. And like I said, the 3 things that people are concerned about when they come in, when they're getting their phones, is communications. Can they switch their iMessage? Can they switch their text? 2, price point. 3, camera. Nobody cares about notches. Nobody cares about AMOLED, LCDs. I mean, if you take a look at the OnePlus 6, for example, and Jeff, you know this because your wife has one, that has an awesome display, right?
Yeah, it's surprisingly good.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, yeah, I just I've talked about this before. I think there's a bit of a disconnect between us and the tech niche and us as tech enthusiasts and what's actually driving the market. That's something that John gets. I'm not saying that people here don't. I'm not saying that we don't get that. I'm just saying that there's a bit of a disconnect, right? And then that's okay, because that's what people are coming to our channels for, because they are part of this niche, right? They want to talk about that kind of stuff.
Well, I think that, like, in last night's show, I said it the best I've said it yet. Whereas, like, where I said I'm advocating for the average consumer because they are the people that aren't watching this show. So I'm their voice right now in front of this audience, because the other people don't get it. Like, I openly said, you know, there's going to be people in this audience that use 3D Touch religiously, but the average consumer doesn't. It's not an intuitive feature. It's one of the only non-intuitive features that Apple has. And of course, the whole comment section is of people being like, well, I use it. Yes, that is the point. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And all the shit you use it for could be replicated with a long press.
Yeah,
My sister is one of the biggest Apple fans out there that I know, and she actually forgot that she has it on her phone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
It's
totally
like
forgot.
there's
About it.
nothing-
When I texted her today about it, asking her about, hey, do you still use that 3D Touch? She texted me back saying, oh, I actually forgot about it because it doesn't.
It's
pop
not
out to me."
intuitive. Apple's
I'll show
always
you the
been about
text.
intuitive stuff that just happens naturally as you're using the phone. That's why you don't need a giant manual to use an iPhone, and
So
you got to be told it's there to know it's there.
her text here says, hi, how come you don't call anymore? By the way, no, just kidding, doesn't say that. She says, she goes, it doesn't make sense. I actually forgot about it. It's not one of those features that pops out to me.
Yeah, exactly. When Apple first released it, they didn't even like show us how to use it or show us what it could be used for. They just threw it in there, like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Use it.
But yeah, they're gonna.
When I said that no one uses it, I'm not discrediting the feature. I think it's amazing technology. I think it's just
No,
a
you're right.
waste
Nobody
of
uses it.
manufacturing.
Exactly. Nobody used it. You're right.
Didn't
You're absolutely
BlackBerry didn't BlackBerry technically do it first?
Does BlackBerry didn't do anything first but die?
Okay.
Hey John, have you had a chance to watch a Christian video about how he's leaving Google?
Yeah, I did.
It was funny because when I was watching, I was like, he sounds like John.
I swear to God, 2 weeks ago, he was all about the Googles. Just 2 weeks ago. When I was talking about the Pixel Watch, he was like, I don't care. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm excited for the Pixel Watch. 2 weeks later, he's done with Google. Me too, buddy. Me too.
People can change their minds, I guess. But yeah.
Started the movement, man. So Brandon was asking, does anybody else feel like this is a lackluster year for smartphones? Yep. Or a lackluster year, pretty overall. Like, yeah.
I think if you're
It
looking
really
at,
is. There were
if you have
so many
blinders-
opportunities to
I
not
think
be
if-
lackluster, but everyone
if you
copied the iPhone.
if you have blinders on for North America, I think you're right. But overall, I think it's been an interesting year.
Yeah, that's right.
But dude, even the other markets, most of the phones are just cloning the iPhone.
Yep.
True. Yeah.
There's
True.
innovation happening, but it's in a fucking cloak.
Yeah.
They're all dressed like an iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, Vivo did something different, but nobody outside of the tech niche knows who Vivo is, and Vivo will never crack the North American market. I mean, it doesn't look like it anyway. I don't
Especially
think they really
if they keep fucking spying on us over here. Damn it.
I think you're talking about Huawei.
I mean, Huawei's part of it. ZTE.
ZTE.
Yeah.
If you believe all that stuff. Yeah.
Huh?
Why wouldn't I? It's China. What? I mean, they want our stuff. What do you want me to say? They like our movies?
I mean, the issue is they're collecting data, but not for the same intentions that we think they are. They're collecting data because they sell their phones for $300 goddamn dollars.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to
Resident
make money.
Asian here. You'll be all right, Brandon. Settle down over there.
Tell your people to leave us alone.
No, but he was right though. It has been a lackluster year, man. Because I know I was excited when I was hearing, I'm with the S8, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got the S9 Plus coming. I'm gonna check that out. I'm probably gonna upgrade. And then it came out, and I was looking at the different reviews, and then I found somebody, one of the coworkers who had one, and I was checking it out and stuff, and I was like,
no, the S9 is a refinement of the S8. That's exactly what it is.
I had to pass. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't
just
worth
like just like the Note's a refinement. The Note 9 is a refinement of the Note 8.
Nice ass, Travis.
But I know that arguments could be made against that because this really is a complete package. And maybe I'm just talking like that because it's my first Note and because it's shiny and new. But if you have a Note 8, I would say hold off and not get this and see what comes out next year.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you can hold out. That's, me, man. I'm trying to hold out, trying to hang on to this phone as long as possible, but this battery is killing me.
Happy is hanging on for dear life.
I'm telling you, dude, it doesn't make it halfway through my day. So, yeah.
So earlier tonight, Mr. John was in the comment. He was in the chat.
Oh no! Are you gonna bring something up that's gonna get me in trouble?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. No.
No. So you were talking
Usually
about
Viper likes to bring stuff up that immediately gets me in trouble.
No, you were talking about making opinionated pieces or whatever, and I was just gonna say it's kind of difficult to make opinionated pieces on case videos,
No. I think you misunderstood. I was saying fuck the case videos entirely.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying, and I get it. Like, I hate that people's excuses are, like, if I'm saying, listen, and that's the thing. Like, no one has to listen to me. I'm not claiming to know everything. I just, I've been doing this for a long time. I know it works. You can either look at my data and take my advice or be like, no, fuck that guy. I'm doing something different. That's fine. But what I'm trying to explain to people is there's going to be a new wave. I mean, I think in every niche, but in tech specifically, it's happening right now in front of us. There's going to be a new wave of people coming, and you might think, oh, I don't need to hurry, or I don't need to be on this, but I'm telling you, like, it's happening right in front of you, and if you ignore it, it's going to pass you up, and you're going to be left behind. You can do the whole thing where, like, well, when I do this, it gets views. If you want to, like, validate everything based off of 45,000 views, that's fine. Like, if that's the kind of place you want to be trapped in, that's cool. But that's not what's going to get you anywhere. Like, okay, I had one of my most hated videos that I think I'm going to delete because it's being, like, surfaced again, was an awful video about removing scratches and scuffs from your phone and from phone cases.
That just came up in my feed.
Yeah, for light scratches, I use the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. And since it's high density foam, it does a really great job. But I think people had, like, knives gone through their displays and like, it's not working. And it's a cringy video. I hate the video, but I kept it up for the longest time because it was my most viewed video, 300-something thousand views. And now I'm about to delete it because that's not what I want. And I don't want any subscribers from that. Like, people are too focused on the short term. Like, that's disappointing for me, and that's disappointing for the viewer if they subscribe because I showed them how to remove scratches from a fucking case, and the rest of my videos for the rest of eternity have nothing to do with any of that. I'm not teaching you shit. I'm yelling.
Man, I understand exactly where you're coming from. Like, I would not be where I am today if I didn't, like, listen to you and I didn't realize that we're on a new wave. Like, we're talking about opinions. Like, I don't like MKBHD, Unbox Therapy. They get product all the time. I don't get shit. So in order for me to stay relevant, I have to take a different approach. And that approach is what you're suggesting and what you've been saying for like the past few months. We have to be more opinionated. We have to put our opinions in front. And that way people will relate to us more than the actual product. And that's the way I've been able to stay relevant for the past 8 months.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, so I'm all for, like, it's cool if you want variety on your channel, that's fine, but that's not what works anymore. It's just not. And I'm cool if, like, I mean, I've seen this all the time. Roberto's a really great success story of planting videos that sort of work long term, that are affiliate based, and he generates sales and all that stuff. But Roberto isn't in the game of, you know, being a creator and that's it. He's a businessman, and he uses this as an outlet to bring different revenues of income in. Is that the game you want to play? It's time to decide. It's time to decide right now, because I get the whole one-off videos and all that stuff, but I have decided not to make a video if it doesn't matter. Like, I don't want to put anything out there if, you know, 10 minutes after you watch my video, it didn't make you think. If it doesn't matter, I don't need to put it out because it's just another thing that exists. Like, I had someone on Twitter the other day. Someone was talking about the growth because we gained a lot of subscribers this month, and it's great. But someone was like, well, it's because he does new stuff. Some guy on Twitter, I think he was replying to Paul Grosclose, actually. And I was like, dude, if it was about the news, I wouldn't have taken 5 years to get here. You know, if it was just about making new stuff and targeting
the news
search,
is your environment.
I would have won already.
The news is your environment. Your comedy. You're right.
Well,
you said this before.
The news is the content, and the content is literally just my tool. Like, it doesn't. It's people have a very, like, and I get why. I guess on the surface you could see that, like, oh, he does new stuff, it's easy to grow. But I did new stuff. I've done Front Page Tech. We're on episode 721. I've done this for years, and it's just recently where I found out to target one topic, to title it in a way that triggers emotion, and bring that emotion out in the video. It's not a news show. The news is just content. It's just stuff that I can talk about. It's like, imagine if, you know, I mean, and it's sort of opinion pieces that I'm like suggesting other people make. Like the stuff, if something comes out and Viper talks about it, makes an opinionated video, or like Drew does really, really well with like opinionated stuff. Like, he doesn't even need physical product to make a video. And that's the position I'm in. But what I've done is I've done that, but instead of talking about one thing in one video, I'm hammering 3 different things in one video. I'm going hard on one thing at the end of the video, but I want, at the end of the day, no one sticks around if the stuff I say in the video doesn't matter. If it doesn't click with you somehow or make you feel a certain way, especially tech news, dude. You can get tech news everywhere. You can get it in a tweet. You don't need to listen to me talk for 10 minutes. That's the point of the show. It's like, I want to make an impact. And I think Travis and I were talking about this the other day, like texting back and forth, that like, I have this really selfish need to just impact as many people as I can. Like, that's my goal. I think like it could play both ways. You could be like, oh yeah, that's great. You want to touch as many lives as possible. But to me, that's a very selfish need that like, I feel like I need to matter. And so that's my goal. I'm playing the game to reach as many people as I can.
Yeah, word.
Yeah,
that's the future. Every tech YouTuber since 2012 has been doing the same shit, and no one's pivoted. No one's made a difference. When you think tech YouTuber, you think the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Unboxings, reviews, tutorials every time. Yeah. You're not going to make it doing unboxings, reviews, tutorials because that's what everyone else is doing. Unless you want to drown with everyone else.
I heard you say that, and then when I was going through just different channels, different smaller creators and stuff, I noticed that those same exact words. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Like, what is? Yeah. And it's totally the exact same words. And then I started seeing things that I had never really noticed before. There's people in our kind of extended group that do this, and I haven't said anything, but I found it really odd that everyone's desk looks exactly the same. They all have like
all the same, dude.
Plant. They all have like the little.
I said like you're trying to fit yourself in a puzzle that's already built. You know what what the expectations are. You know what everyone else is doing. You know what viewers expect. So you try to fit yourself into that, and you're going to be stuck with everyone else.
Yeah. I tried the whole plant thing, but I don't know if you guys remember when I got that Bob Ross chia pet. Didn't work out very well.
That's kind of a cool thing, though. I mean, I would give you props for that.
I don't have the green thumb, man. I couldn't keep that thing going. It was good for about 3 days, man, and then
All right,
it went south really fast.
I'm confused. Somebody, I need help with this one. What is Brandon trying to say here? I'm confused.
Huh?
Didn't text today. What is he trying to say? I'm confused.
FPT is hub content because it's about Jern and his personality. Can't the same thing happen with accessories? I watch iJustine because of her personality. Same can happen with cases. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that can't happen. I'm saying, are you trying to be a fucking case channel right now? Or are you doing a case video because the Note 9's out? That's what I'm saying. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You need to establish what you are. I'm not saying don't talk about cases. Talk about cases. Are you the case guy? Be the case guy. Are you the accessories person? Be the accessories person. What the fuck are you? You need to make something that matters. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't make case videos and that's goofy. I'm saying if you're making case videos just because a new phone came out, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But even then, man, even the switch over to like when you were talking about opinions and making that switch where I pivoted towards getting away from reading off specs and reading off stuff like that, which is also why I can't stand watching my own old videos, where I've switched over to just doing the straight up review and giving my 100% opinion on it. And I think that's what's drawing more people in. And I've had people tell me in the comment section that they appreciate me not reading specs and just telling them, hey,
yeah,
here's how I feel about it.
People need added context. Before they click on the video, they know a lot of what you're talking about because that's what they're interested in. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, they were looking it up.
Someone was I was watching someone. It's someone that we know, and I can't remember who it was. I was watching their video. Oh, I think it was Dop. I should tell Dop. I think it was Dop. He was reading off because I used to do this too. At one point, I used to think, oh, I think I have to talk about the weight and the dimensions and stuff. I don't do it anymore. This is actually really fortunate because I'm too lazy to do it. Is the reason I actually don't do it, which worked out to my advantage because now that I understand that I don't have to do it, it's good. I mean, my laziness worked out.
Yeah.
But like he was reading the specs on whatever his last review was.
The essential phone.
Like,
Yeah.
Essential
I was
phone.
kind of wondering about that.
Yeah, I'm like, first of all, without it being on the screen as you're reading it, I don't even know what you're saying. Like, I understand millimeter, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking
It's
about.
all noises to Travis.
It is. It really was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was gonna tell him, I was like, dude, that was a waste of time. It really was because I couldn't tell you what that even meant. Like, I hear the numbers, but I don't know how big that is. Like, what am I doing? I don't know. So
Yeah.
And
And a lot of the numbers don't even mean anything these days.
yeah.
See what I'm hoping to do with my case reviews or look at whatever the way I'm going to hopefully position them is. So for example, I have the Samsung OEM cases here, and you guys know that those things cost an arm and a leg, just like Apple silicone cases do or whatever, right? And they're really nice, but then you have case manufacturers like Ring-K or something in between that's still, I mean, it's not going to break the bank, and it's still going to give you that same surface protection, and it's still, in my opinion, I mean, if you're price sensitive, and that's the person I'm hoping to get through to, that's trying to make a purchase decision. Okay, I just dropped $1,000 on the phone, or maybe they signed a contract, but I don't want to spend a whole lot on a case. What should I get, Zach? Okay, well, these are your options, and this is what you can do. You don't have to spend $60 on a great case. You can get a great case, even a great folio. I have some great folio cases here that will cost you $20 Canadian. Convert that to American. You can afford
That's like 14 cents.
Exactly. You can afford that. You can afford that. That's the point I'm going to hopefully bring across, right? So,
well, like, okay, so I think the point I'm trying to get across to creators is like the main point of everything. Like, you can, if you really want to dial down the really common question of why am I not getting more subscribers, you can ignore all the YouTube guru shit, how you're titling the thumbnails, the tags. People are spending, however, they're like, oh, I need to fill my tags up. I need to put as many tags as possible. Putting all this attention in after they've already fucked themselves. Yeah. Like, you have to know who you're creating content for before you press the record button. And I think that's really, really important. Like, Are you trying to reach everyone and talk to everyone or as many people as possible? Are you trying to hit small subsets of people with every video? That's exactly what a case video is. When you talk about okay, the Note 9, for example, you are able to reach people that are looking for the Note 9, and you can reach people that haven't bought the Note 9 and don't plan on buying the Note 9, because you can reach them just as well and serve those people just as well talking about a phone that is in their stratosphere. They're a tech person.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cases are only for people who have that phone.
Right.
And are looking for a very specific case. They're looking for, if they're asking a question and you're the person that answers the question, most likely once they get the answer, they're done. They didn't need you. They needed the answer. That's the issue. Right. And it's cool. Like someone brought Accessorize Me up. That's great. But no one and I saw this guy before, like anyone knew who he was before I did Creator of Awesomeness or anything like that. I was our channel was way, way smaller. I've known him for years. Even now, 117,000 subscribers, his views are all over the place. Yeah. You know, like it's 11,000 views, 7,000 views. The stuff that isn't like answering specific questions for specific subsets of people that people are finding in search don't perform because no one cares. When he uploads a video and it doesn't serve everyone in the audience because that one person subbed for that one weird case from that one weird phone and his next video isn't about that one weird phone, you skip the video. Like, and that's cool. That business model works though. It's really great for affiliate stuff, and he's the case guy, and like I'm subscribed to him and I watch a lot of his stuff. And that's because I like him. But like that's what I'm saying. The choice needs to be made. Are you the case guy? Like I'm not saying don't make case videos. I'm saying, are you going to make case videos 5 days a week? What are you? You got to know what you are and who you're making content for.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's important for me to really, and I'm doing it kind of slowly where I'm pivoting out of reviews. And I think once I'm done with these here, it'll be the exact opposite of what it is now, which is, so it was like 75-25, and then it'll be 50-50, and then it'll be 75-25 the other way. And I was just thinking, like, for example, there's an hour-long Flossie Carter Note 9 review that I'm in the middle of. I will watch all of it, but I already have the phone. So you have to think about that. Why would I watch a review of a phone I already have? Because I don't actually care so much about what he's saying about the phone. I'm interested in Flossie. So that's the point. And it's like I'll watch his case reviews for phones I don't have. I'll watch, you know, things that I'm never going to buy because I'm interested in him. And I think that's what John's.
But that's like why I watch Accessorize Me, because I actually like watching how he does his videos.
His style's great.
Like he slaps it down. Next thing he's got a case on it, and you guys want to talk.
Yeah,
right?
The editing style is great. Like he built off of something and did something that no one else is doing. Like Brandon put in chat, like I think putting out a case video because a new phone is out is being timely, just like reporting on a news item is being timely. And no, it's not it's not capitalizing off of interest. We're talking about two different things. We're talking about answering a question and serving a subset of people, or bringing this interest to a greater number of people that don't need to have that product, that don't need to buy that product, that don't need that one weird case. And notice, I'm not doing news like everyone else either. My titles aren't the same as other news channels. My approach is completely different. It's a completely disguised show is what this is. It's not Pocket Now. It's none of the other shows. It's not titled the same. My approach is completely different. The show is me screaming about this and sharing my opinion the whole time. It's not a news show. I'm capitalizing off of interest, off of a very, very different subset of people. We're talking massive in terms of like who I can reach. And I'm putting out videos every day. So even if my subset is smaller, I still get to try again tomorrow. The people that are doing this aren't willing to go daily. I know they aren't.
Yeah, daily's scary. I feel like I'm running out of stuff when I do. Again, once this happened to me like last week when I started thinking, okay, I'm going to start going more opinion-based stuff because I enjoy it and it seems to be where the growth is. If I look at like subscriber per video, that's where it is. But I started going, okay, well, what's my next subject? I don't know. So now that's my new thing.
But here's a question. So if you become an opinion-based type tech channel and everything, then you're giving your thoughts on this phone or your opinion on that phone, everything. At what point do you stop reviewing or bringing in a device? Because wouldn't you hit a certain timeline there where someone's going to say to you, you haven't done a review in so long of a device. How can you have an opinion on it? Or I didn't see you do because it's a valid question, because I've seen this before in other comment sections where someone will do an opinion piece on the iPhone 10, yet there's no iPhone 10 stuff at all on their channel. There's not. What I'm trying to say is I'm not looking. I guess there's sort of like a validation-ish type. You know what I mean? Right?
It'll be easy for me because I buy a lot of tech anyway. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to what I had been doing, which is more brand name stuff, so that when I do a review, it's more relevant to a lot more people. All of those videos, if you look back at my older videos, which are all name brand stuff, they all have a ridiculous amount of views. All of them outstrip any of the views I'm getting now. So for that, I'll have that to lean into. And since I'll probably be talking about those companies anyway, it'll make it easier and validate that. And like if I buy a couple of Sony headphones or speakers or whatever, and I review them and talk about them, then I go, Sony is slipping. Their last couple of products are ridiculous. I'm gonna talk about why Sony used to be great and now they're not. I can point back to those videos. So that's my current kind of thought. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah.
Yep, times are changing. Opinions are winning, and all the other boring stuff, not so much.
Yeah, man. That's how we got to do it, though, man. You got to make sure you know, if you like it, you're using it, and you got something to say about it, say it, and don't stress on the details and the specs, man. I think that's helped me greatly.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Mic check. Yep. You're good.
Am I coming through this?
Yep, you're coming through the mic.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I was talking and no one could hear me for a second. When I'm saying like make opinionated stuff, I'm not saying just pew nonsense. It does have to be valid, and you have to be able to back it up.
Exactly.
But like, yeah, I'm not even saying you have to be very aggressive with. Like, I'm very aggressive with my opinions, and that's my thing. I'm not saying that everyone needs to replicate that and be like punching everybody in the dick with opinion. I'm just saying, like, less of the reading off a spec sheet stuff and actually talk to the people watching your videos.
Yeah, and that's not what I'm suggesting. I'm just saying, what if your channel gets to a point where, okay, let's talk hypotheticals. Let's say that this is the last device that I ever buy, and then a week from now I finally do a week long, like, let's say I finally come up with my video this Friday saying, okay, I've had it for a week and this is my review of it, or this is my thoughts of it. Okay, and I've done that, and I've done a couple case things or like that. And then the iPhone 10 comes out, or the next iPhone comes out. Okay, and I do a quick opinion piece on it and everything like that. Like, yeah, I went down to the Apple store, I had it in my hand. This is my thoughts about it, and based on some of the stuff I'm seeing, and I give kind of an opinion piece, kind of like a painfully honest tech type piece on it, right? Is what you kind of were talking about, right? Or something like what you would do, but obviously in my style. And then the new Samsung comes out in January, and I do the same sort of thing. And the new whatever comes out in March, or the new LG
so
March.
You're saying like
no. And I'm saying by July next year, I've done all these pieces and everything like that, but I actually haven't purchased or even brought on a new piece of tech.
Half the time with Front Page Tech, you don't even know what I'm using. I could have a Galaxy device in my pocket. I could have my Sony in my pocket. I'm going to have an iPhone in my pocket in a couple months. None of it matters because I've established myself and set the narrative of me being an analyst, not a reviewer.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to be a reviewer, you kind of do put yourself in that category of having to get physical product, but that's on you. So like, that's what I mean about understanding who you're making content for and what you can replicate. Like, I made Front Page Tech because it fits my style and I can replicate it every single day. That was me preparing long-term. Not only can I get people to subscribe for this, but they're also going to get a new episode tomorrow. I can do this every day. So like, I get what you're saying, but like, that's what I mean. Like, because
there's going to be people out there that watch the content eventually down the road, and they're going to go, Zach, how can you give an opinion on this when you don't even own the device or anything like that? And now, okay,
you don't know.
Hold on. And yes, I know there's perfectly good arguments about that. I could refer back to my previous portfolio and everything I've done before. I could refer to how I work in the industry, whatever it is, right? There's different ways, but I think there's almost, I don't want to say there's a valid question in that, but do you know what I mean? Like, even I would look at a channel.
You don't have to justify anything because someone doesn't like your opinion and ask for validation.
Mhm.
Right.
Where you would have to do it is if you say Note 9 review and you review the phone but never bought it, because
Yeah,
that's not a review. You need to be
Yeah.
clear about an opinion piece and what it is. Dude, people tell me every day in the comment section that I can't rant about something because I've never made a smartphone.
Mhm.
Like, and I can't entertain that. That's not, I can't validate that. And there's no reason for that to get to me. And that's like, people are going to say that all they want because you didn't validate their opinion. So now they want you to validate your own opinion. Why did you tell me this? Tell me why it's okay that you told me this. Cause now I feel bad about my purchase.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. You don't need to entertain those people because they need validation and you don't need to be the person that gives it to them.
Mhm.
Oh God, the kitten's screaming and is playing with wires.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
If John goes dark, you know what happened.
Time
Yeah.
to work on your cable management game.
Dude,
By the
my
way, John,
cable management is like perfect.
who's the
except-
guy that you
except that
promote
one.
his channel? I think I found him. I think I found you through him.
Matt
that does
Philly,
the different reviews of people's setups.
pimp my setup.
Is he still doing stuff?
Yeah, ish.
Ish. Okay.
Another guy that kind of wrecked his own channel. Almost 200,000 subscribers and kind of just wrecked it.
what?
But it's a great example of someone who got tired of doing the thing. Like he got tired of making the Pimp My Setup show that everyone subscribed for. And when he decided not to do it, it backfired. But like, I still respect him for being like, nah, I'm tired of this. I don't want to make it anymore just because people want it.
Is the channel swashing?
Yeah. Pimp My Setup was like, a few years of a live stream of people would send them his setup or their setups and he would critique them. But like after hundreds of setups, you've seen them all and there's nothing that like, can only say so much.
There's a bunch of other channels doing them now too. So yeah.
And that's another reason why I want to kind of go more personality / thought based because I have that until I die, I guess. So,
I mean, that's what I love. That's why I love what I do. And if I do make opinion pieces, or when I do drop like a breaking point here and there, like the Zone of Tech video, if there is something topical that's happening, notice I don't jump on the wave. I jump on it if I disagree and I have a different approach or a different opinion, and that's when I talk about it. But like, it is a one-off, very opinionated piece. It's me bringing something different to the table that not everyone's talking about, and that's the beauty of that is, I could make one of those tomorrow. I don't need a physical product. I don't need companies to send me anything. I'm not a slave to any of this. I'm a tech creator, but I'm not a slave to the products in the market.
Yeah.
I'm literally analyzing the market. I don't need anything from the market to talk about it.
Did you get a new webcam?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Looks like a different angle from here.
I moved. I have this L desk in the corner. I've had this here for a couple weeks. No one noticed it though. I used to be in the center of the room, and now I'm like over in the corner.
Who's got the female
your
voice coming
two-piece,
through that I keep hearing?
You can't see the two-piece fish tank anymore. I know it's not a two-piece fish tank. Okay.
There. What? Who? What? Yeah. Who is talking?
She's like, she goes, I really like.
Huh?
It's Travis.
Traffic.
I was like, who's that?
Headphones on. I can't hear anything, and it's actually going on in my house.
I thought Travis lived alone.
Traffic control.
And no one was acknowledging it, so we're just like.
I think we're all trying to listen without actually admitting it.
You know what I want to see though, and we probably won't see ever. I want to see John do a tech review.
Oh yeah. So we have plans after 100K. I don't know if have you ever seen our show Hardwired?
I have not. No.
I've seen the new Hardwired.
Yeah. Not Android Studs and everyone else when they stole the name from us. We have a series. Yeah, we have a series on the channel called Hardwired, where it's like we basically took the front page tech, goofy ass, no nonsense model to tech reviews. We shot a few pilot episodes that are up, and Brian was the host of them. You can find them on the channel. I think there was 4 episodes or something. We are thinking about bringing that back with me as the host.
That's cool.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What would you
So,
call
like-
it? Hardwired?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're taking that name right back.
Why didn't they just do a Google and find out that it was already? Like, it's just so simple.
Well,
right?
I've had that name for years because it was actually a name I pitched to Chris Perillo. I don't know if you guys know him.
Yep, Chris. Yep.
Yeah, I pitched it for him for one of his shows, and he didn't like it. He named the show that I wanted to call Hardwired. He called OMG, which was a terrible name, but so I took it. I was like, I mean, I made the name, so I'll take. I named a lot of really great stuff for Chris that he never took. Like he wanted to start a parenting podcast, and his daughter's name is Jedi. So I was like, dude, name the podcast Raising a Jedi, and he said no.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. I don't know. I'll use the name at some point. Everyone keeps saying no to my names. I used to be terrible at naming stuff, and then I got better at it. Like
what about the debate channel
his tech news like weekly update thing?
What about a debate podcast between hardcore Apple and hardcore Samsung people called Sheeps and Apples or Sheeps and Knights? Sheeps and Knights.
And we get them in a studio together, and then we burn it all down. That sounds good. Yeah. So yeah, we'll bring that back, and I'm going to be the host, and it's going to be very similar. Like, nothing that you would expect from a tech review. Like, if you go back to that show, you can sort of see the style that we're going for. With me as the host, I'll be a little bit more aggressive, so that'll be sort of the approach. Like, same really hardcore opinionated stuff that'll make you angry in front page tech, just brought to products as well.
Oh my God, that is
Nice.
Yeah.
big.
Tearing the products apart.
Yeah, like there was a gaming, or no, not even a gaming company, a PC company, Azul. We made 2 videos for them. You can find them in the Hardwired series. But we made 2 videos for them because the first video, they made like a mini PC, like this like really beefy mini PC. And on the box and on the website, they had big controllers and they were advertising gaming. So we tested the thing for gaming, and we got like 2 frames of Minecraft, 2 frames a second, and we like drilled them. We were like, guys, it's on your box. Like Brian was like, you advertise gaming on the box, and he threw the box across the room, and we're like, and you have it on your website. This can't do shit. This is awful. And so they got mad at us at first, and they were like, dude, that's really not cool of you to say that. And I was like, but you did it. You advertised the thing. And they were like, I mean, I guess, but we never said it was for gaming. We never told you it was for gaming. I was like, no. We didn't make it based off of your talking points that you gave us to say. We used the perspective of anyone else that would buy your product. And that perspective is greatly flawed because you lied. So there's that. And then about 3 months later, they made this whole new product. And instead of like, normal brands would be like, please never make a video about us again. They came to us with the product and said, take 2, we want to try again. And they won. They totally won us over, and the product was great. But that's what I like to see in brands, just accepting what you said about them and trying again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you imagine John Proctor doing reviews like regularly? He would have brands paying him not to talk about him. Like, don't talk about me, please.
Well, I mean, that's sort of what we want to do. It probably won't be on Front Page Tech either. We'll probably make a separate channel on it. Because like obviously it doesn't fit the narrative that we're going with Front Page Tech. I know we could grow a Hardwired channel pretty easily, but like if it works out, we'd want to make it more of a regular thing, and we obviously don't have room for another regular show on the channel, so probably have to make it another channel.
Yeah.
Can I be a reporter for you?
A reporter for Hardwired?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
we'll call it. Zach is hard.
Okay, this is probably a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Oh no.
As soon as Travis and lady friend walk by. So, John, how come you haven't made a second YouTube channel for live streaming?
Because we're gonna use Twitch. See, here's the thing. I know
the glitch.
I know and here's why. Because I know if we make a YouTube channel for live streaming, I think it would do a lot better than Twitch. I think we would get a lot of traffic over there, and we could convert a lot of people because they're already on YouTube. Just here's another channel, go subscribe. But if we do that, then we sort of lock ourselves in. Whereas if we use Twitch, get our eggs in that basket and play along with that, we can sort of wait it out. Wait till YouTube fixes their shit and come back to YouTube when it's ready. So like that's sort of we're really excited for Twitch just because we have that opportunity and it's another platform and I really, really like it. but it's more like just sort of waiting it out for YouTube to fix their own stuff, because our audience is on YouTube. But yeah, I know that it would probably be more successful if we made a channel for live streaming, but I don't need a live streaming channel to be successful. You know what I mean? Like if people really want to watch us live, they'll go to Twitch. Like I want the views and I want things to do well on the main channel, but other than that, I like to just have fun with other stuff. I hate always being like anxious about the numbers and the data. And just like live streaming on Twitch and just sort of not telling anybody and just going live it's kind of like liberating.
Nice. That's the way to do it too, man. And if people have notifications turned on, it's going to be your people that are your core community and stuff. So of course they're going to want to come and chill. So
yeah, and like the people in the on Twitch, they're like, dude, you need to enable like donations and all this stuff. Like, no, I'm not in a hurry. We don't need your money. We're doing live streaming just literally because we want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
And that's what feels good. Like we're going back to the basics with Twitch, and it's just like we just want to hang out with you.
Yeah,
nice.
That's it.
I haven't decided either. I mean, I set up the separate YouTube thing, and it is whatever it is. I'm not really gung ho with it, and I've got the Twitch thing, and it seems like the Twitch is growing faster than the YouTube. But again, it's not a focus. But ever since I've refocused on my published stuff after we had our conversation, I'm feeling a lot better about how things are going. I love the live aspect and be able to interact with people one-on-one, but a lot of the people that I'm interacting live on either Twitch or YouTube, I'm also interacting with on Twitter. So
yeah. Well, and like 20 viewers on a live stream is pretty good. 20 views on a video, not so good. So like you're dealing with a different fraction of people. And I think Viper it was really smart for him to make another channel. And it's a lot easier for Viper to get people to jump over to another YouTube channel. Whereas like we have more freedom to say, hey, go to this other platform and get a certain number of people to go over there. Whereas, you know, it is harder for Viper to be like, hey, go over to Twitch. You might not know what it is, but please go there so you can watch me. I think it was very smart to just start another YouTube channel. And he's like, what would you say? I'd say you're right on par with your other streams already.
Not quite, but we're getting there.
Yeah, getting there. And what, you've had this channel for 2 weeks or something?
Yep.
Maybe not even?
Did you claim your URL yet? You must have, eh?
No, you have to be live for 30 days before I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, 30 days. Okay. I thought it was just 100 subs. Okay.
It takes time.
Yeah. I thought
with
so I was trying to claim it.
with Front Page Tech, we couldn't claim the name, and I was worried that someone was going to take it. So we have a bunch of other channels that like people don't know about that have hit thresholds and have a few hundred subscribers that are sort of secret. And I changed one of those channels to Front Page Tech while I was like, you know, gaining up the traction and meeting the thresholds on the main channel, and I just swapped them.
Nice.
Ready. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we have like a whole goddamn network.
It's a secret network, yeah.
Seriously.
That's all right.
My man has an undercover network everywhere.
Yeah, we have another channel. We literally have assets and intros and all this stuff that was going to be a focus before Front Page Tech took off this year. And we have other plans for different shows, and we might cast different hosts. But when we have more like freedom throughout the day, because Brian and I are looking to hire another editor for FPT Labs, because we're sort of busy making the public stuff throughout the week, and we need to be the talent for FPT Labs and outsource an editor for that. But once we bring on a couple more people, our next project is a show called Because the Internet, which is the internet's first late night show. It's like internet culture, memes, stuff like that, in the same format as Front Page Tech. It would be, you know, a late night show, edited. And that was a project that we started. There's a YouTube channel for it. We have all the assets. Like if we had time, we could produce one throughout the day, but we're sort of sitting on that. And we have the copyright for that. And we're just sort of like, we're not in a rush because we know since we have the copyright on it, we can just sort of wait. And when we're ready, we'll pull the trigger. But I'm having fun with just Front Page Tech right now.
Nice. Would you be bringing on guests like a late night show type of deal too?
Yeah, but it would be all like internet based. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. That'd be pretty cool though. It's a cool idea.
Yeah, we're toying with different ideas. Like, it would be really great for our workload if we hired another host for other shows. Like, ideally, Hardwired would go live with another host. But I think if we hired an editor and I did the hosting, it'd probably work out better because people are invested in me.
Yep.
Whereas it'd be hard to convince and get people invested in another host that's not me, especially if I could just do it. And the vision for the show wouldn't work either if I hired somebody else to do it.
You're better off
Not
delegating
everyone's me.
the work that doesn't involve you and the personality and the character and stuff.
Maybe Viper can host Hardwired.
But then you can do. But that's the thing is like you could come up with your own kind of entertainment network of multiple hosts, almost like a real channel.
Almost like a real channel. I mean,
you know what I mean?
My goal in order to spread out content, I think that's my focus. Like, we want to make more stuff, but I want to be the talent. So if I need to be the talent, we need more people in the back end. We need more editors.
Yep.
So speaking of John Prosper and his secret network and everything that he's doing,
oh god,
Creator Mindset is back tomorrow. So you tell us, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So the episode is called. The episode is done. It's called "Why You're Not Getting More Subscribers."
Oh, thank God, dude. My commutes are so long right now because of back to school.
Well, Creator Mindset's only like I think the episode's like 13 minutes.
Oh man, I listened to it like 10 times in a row, bro. It's better than the freaking the radio.
Just put it on loop.
Hey, dude, because I'm telling you, this morning was freaking brutal, dude. From 30 miles from my house to my work this morning
and back.
No, it's this morning was 2 hours in, and it was an hour and 40 back.
Imagine.
It's 30 miles.
People in this city complain about a 20-minute commute.
Nah, dude, the infrastructure in the Bay Area is freaking terrible. Everything is based around traffic from the 1950s. So thanks, dude. Yeah, the commute is insane, bro. That's why I got the Camry, because I need to be driving a freaking lazy boy to get through that commute. So, I'm telling you,
I would fall asleep. I'd be like, I have to pull over 5 times.
That is a real danger. Thank God for the automatic braking system, because it stopped, and the sudden stop woke me up and the alarm woke me up. So that's happened before.
Just so you won't realize, I think the painfully honest storm made its way here, so we get suddenly cut off. That's why.
I see the window blowing in the background, man.
Viper's gonna get blown away.
Get real over here.
It's all right. I mean, I gotta go to work tomorrow morning, so I'm all right.
You and me both, bro. You and me both.
Right?
You people and your real jobs.
My commute is just as hazardous. Okay, I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. I have to dodge Lego down the stairs and tripping on a toy. It's almost happened twice.
Oh, man.
I believe it. So, John,
I can't move anywhere in here without being in fear of crushing my kitten to death.
That's right. Watch out for Kitty, man.
I'd be carrying that little guy around everywhere.
He's all black, and I can't see him anywhere.
Seriously,
gotta put a bell on him, dude.
Dude, I should. He's literally so tiny, but when he's big enough for a little tiny collar, I'm gonna put a bell on him.
Yeah, dude.
That's cute to us, but could you imagine having a bell in your ear all day?
All day. With the heightened hearing. Yeah, dude. Check it on his tail, man. Far away from the ears.
His little tiny stupid tail.
Oh man, hey, Zach mentioned Lego. Fun fact: I have a massive Lego collection. I just don't talk about it or show it.
That's awesome.
Yo, Lego
totally show it.
So
I like Lego.
You guys seen like how I had the Hulkbuster box in the background of some of my videos and stuff, I think some of my other videos, like a few months back, I would show like the Star Destroyer and things like that. So yeah, I have a big Lego collection.
You should post pictures or something.
My son wants
on the Discord.
My son wants me to purchase him the have you guys seen this? It's a Millennium Falcon, like 6,000 pieces. It's huge. It's like this.
I can't afford it, man. I wish
he wants me to buy it. It's like $800.
Yeah.
And
holy shit.
Yeah, it's
the size of a coffee table, dude.
It's like it's like this. Like it's huge, right? And the thing is, I know he could put together in a week because I've given him sets that are like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 pieces, and he's put them together in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I take my time. I don't bust through them like that anymore, man, because I was using Lego for stress relief, so I don't do like.
Oh, if I want to shut my kid up, not that I need to on a regular basis, but if we want him to be quiet, here's a Lego set, and he'll go sit down at the table, and we won't hear from him for hours. He won't even get up to pee.
So if I see Jeff talking about Lego sets, I'm gonna text him and be like, "What's going on, man?"
I know. Right?
totally, Brandon. I think he is going to be an engineer because he's totally into that kind of stuff, and he loves John Deere tractors and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. He loves the whole.
He's like an engineer or a hillbilly, one of the two. He could go either way.
I'm glad he likes John Deere because my dad's whole side of the family is all farmers and everything, so that's great.
You'd be amazed at what that stuff can teach you as a child, because that's what I did as a kid, was play with Legos and build stuff.
I didn't
And,
have.
yeah, so it helped. It definitely helped.
Did you guys ever have a Connects? Do you guys remember Connects?
Yeah, I remember them.
Oh yeah.
These little gray pieces, and they connected with the little blue things.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to play with those all the time.
I actually just watched on Netflix. There's I think it's called The Toys We Grew Up With or something like that.
Toys that made
it's a
I
good
just watched that.
series.
And
Yeah.
they have one on Legos. I actually just watched it the other day. It's really interesting to see how that company went up and then down and then up and then down.
Yeah, they got a massive success story now. The guy that turned them around, holy crap, dude, it's nuts, man. But
Yeah, it's a
the
good series.
Lego is premium, bro. Like if you guys look at Lego prices, it's premium, bro. That's why I had to. Once I started the tech channel, my Lego collecting and all that stuff took a back seat because I had to allocate my assets elsewhere. So
Lego store is fun though. You guys have a Lego,
elsewhere.
you guys have Lego stores near where you live?
What's up?
Do you guys have Lego stores near where you live? Like, do you guys have Lego stores in your town?
Three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got one here in Calgary, and it's constantly packed, and it's so much fun to go in there.
I don't
It's
go
hard
on the
not to
weekends.
spend money.
I don't go on the weekends, dude. It's a freaking madhouse. I'll go during the week, and
Yeah.
then everybody's super cool.
They have the thing, like I think it's like once a month where you get like a free piece. And it's always lined up out the door and around the mall and everything. It's just like what?
Dude.
It's
Yeah, it's
insane.
nuts, man. Yeah,
So much
it's
fun.
It's crazy.
You
dude.
should put some of your Legos in your background for some of your B-roll stuff, man.
That's what I did before. That's how I
Yeah.
like the Star Destroyer and stuff. Right now, I just don't have the space for it because we moved into such a smaller place that like we don't have like a table,
Yeah.
like a dinner table. We don't have the
If I-
space for it.
If I get my
Yeah.
son that huge Millennium Falcon, I'll do a live stream on him unboxing it for Christmas for you guys. I think
You should
can
do a
watch
full
this.
like 5-day
Time-lapse.
live stream of him building it.
Yeah, dude.
like a time lapse. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, those are dudes did it. He did a time lapse, 34 hours to build that thing straight. I was like, dude, 34 freaking
$800 though.
hours, man.
$800.
So speaking of long ass live streams, Viper.
Yeah.
Segue.
when are you gonna go for it? When you go in 24 hours?
Well, theoretically, I can't because Hangout maxing out at 8 though.
No, you
I
can
mean-
stop the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's craziness.
That's
You
three.
say
That's
it's
3
crazy,
sessions.
but I think 8-hour live streams are crazy, and you do it every week.
I say wait till wait till Viper live channel is monetized, and then you could have it something like a fundraiser or something, and just do something really big with it.
Right now, the problem is that I work 5 days a week, so that would be kind of difficult given my
I
current
hear you.
position anyway.
I
Just
hear
be
you,
like,
man.
hey, boss, I need 24 hours off because I got to do this thing. I got to live stream for people on the internet.
Do 24 hours reacting to the Apple keynote. Go and just.
Oh Lord, I mean,
Just do 24 hours and take us to work with you.
What were they thinking? Calling the iPhone, the XS.
yeah. Oh my God, that's
Oh
crazy.
no, that's telling Viper to be Viper at work.
So, John, I'm not gonna bother you Friday, but I am gonna ask you to come back on Sunday though when I do my late night live stream.
I'll be there.
That should be fun.
Oh, Viper, what did your coworkers? Because you mentioned, I think it was on Twitter, that you came across some coworkers that were watching your videos.
Yeah, I know one of them watches. I know
Did
at least one watches my video.
Did
yeah.
anything come out of that? Like any awkward conversation or anything, or just
No, not really. No.
Yeah,
I
okay.
found Viper on Facebook the other day because he was suggested to me.
What?
you too? Hey, happened to me as well.
He was suggested as one of my friends on Bookface.
Oh, I know why. Okay.
I done
I'm like-
found you.
Oh, right. The yeah.
I didn't want to friend request you because I didn't want you to be startled. Because
No,
I didn't want to feel like I tracked you down.
No, the phone number thing. That's probably how you got it. Okay. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell? Damn.
That stuff to
Technology,
be putting people on there. I'm like, ugh.
Technology, man. Crazy.
I'm rarely on Facebook now, man. Very rare. People, even like my friends, will come out like, "Man, where you been at, dude?" And I'm like, "Listen, man. Nobody sees anything I post. You know, on my personal stuff. Nobody sees anything. Nobody likes anything. Nobody comments on anything. So I'm like, dude, I'm going to concentrate on the social medias that are for my channel and just roll with that because
Yep, same.
it's working so much better for me. And I'll
Yeah.
post stuff like on my personal one. Like, here's how I'll post it. Like today, I posted on the El Jefe fan page on Facebook. And I'll make my post. Here's my video, new video's out. And then I'll share that on my personal page. And I'll go, hey, guys, new video's up. Check it out. Or don't, whatever. I'm going to keep climbing. And that's basically how I put it because either they support me or they don't. My real friends and all that stuff. So I know the ones that do. You know, I can count them on both hands. So, 300 people, but half of them don't give two shits about what I'm doing on YouTube. So,
Yeah.
but it's cool.
All right, you all. This was fun, but I do have to go to work in the morning. I know Travis has to go to work in the morning too. So
No doubt, man.
We got
Good-
we got
good
to end
times,
it here.
man.
Have fun with your real jobs, guys.
All right.
I know, right?
I'm gonna go eat lime tortilla chips and
Uh-huh.
hot salsa.
And it was like,
Shout out to people that tuned in tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you all.
yeah, she was
Thank you to John and Zach and Jeff and Travis for showing
And
up.
Travis us on, man.
girlfriend.
Appreciate it.
Travis girlfriend, right?
His girlfriend in the live stream. You just got to bring her in, man. You got to get her on the mic too. Might as well.
Come on, Jeff. You know how that goes. She only shows up when Flossum's here.
That's right.
But anyway, I'll see you all on Friday, and that'll be that.
Absolutely, man. Everybody have a great night.
You too.
Cheers.
Take care, people.